Oh, action surge is
essentially
crazy.
take another full round of attacks. And fighters at 20th level, I think it's actually 18th level, they get their 4th attack. So they can attack 8 times in 6 seconds. It's just... That's a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in typical 3.5 for Pathfinder, you have to go like a monk route, like Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
Or there are mythic feats. You can do, an initiative surge.
Mm-hmm. What's really interesting is if you, I think it is 18th level fighter that gives the 4th attack. If you take your last 2 levels in monk, your bonus action can be 2 additional strikes.
Right.
So you just attack 10 times in a
so
single round.
I used 1 advantage.
Hey, Robert, good to see you.
Out of your 5 that you had.
You
And then
haven't used the
I
Arcane Bond,
used...
have you?
No, I did not. And then I used 2 Hands of the Apprentice
Great.
to
Use the
do the sword.
inspiration,
It
didn't
did
Good to
it.
see you, Robert. How are you?
Didn't use time stutter.
Yeah, because I didn't want to
Testing,
touch any of that stuff.
Testing.
I used... You had used Mage Armor
There we go.
already. I used Knock, but Irda has Knock a ton of times because I have the wand, so we're
Might as well
we're
have used Alcott's.
Well, and I used one of my charges of Knock last week. And then used Stone Shape. I was trying to Stone Shape the Stone Golem into something that would stop pummeling
Yeah,
us.
unfortunately, Stone Shape is like one of the few stone-based spells that doesn't affect me.
Right. But we learned that Transmute Stone to Mud would affect that golem. It's just you don't have it, and...
Oh, yeah, I did a very minor amount of research just out of pure curiosity, because I wanted to see how very useless I was, and it is very. It turns out.
And the percentage of uselessness is high. Is that what you're saying?
And the funny thing about that is that of course, the whole encounter with Ixen, that was all premeditated to prevent. It was a trap.
No, this isn't meditated.
This was part of the story from the beginning.
This is why wizards build golems, is because they're really good against wizards.
That's right.
Well, and we didn't really learn anything from the Stone Golem that we fought against Ixen because she critted it and destroyed it immediately. So yeah.
So just so I'm clear, just Stone Shape and Locate Object once.
Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, I did use Locate Object once.
Which is a 2nd level spell.
Yeah. Yep, that was it.
Great.
Because once I realized that everything else had magic resistance on it, then I was like, well, this is going to be useless here.
Well, it's not just that it has magic resistance, it's that it has magic.
I'll tell these guys too, but I went back.
But I meant like the spells themselves.
Spell resistance.
Yeah.
Because again, this was done for story,
that's why I
not
started
for.
using Hand of the Apprentice, because I thought at least
it's gonna be interesting.
melee damage.
There are certain spells that barely do anything.
You encounter anything we shouldn't be encountering at this level?
Now we're inside.
You can take them away.
I don't think you have too much to worry about. You're locked
and you can shoot things out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
I did that. Oh no!
I think we made
Irda
some
was
better
really low
chance
on
if
health,
Cade
and she was
uses
trying to
his
protect
sword.
everybody.
It's really interesting that it's an
Swordware.
action to cast.
In Pathfinder, yeah, I know.
Good afternoon, Robert, Greg, Manda.
was
Good
like,
to see
oh,
all of you with us in the chat.
When I noticed that Resilient Sphere is spell resistance, I got really sad.
Yeah, so did I. Because I was literally looking through all the spells. I was like, what doesn't have spell resistance? Come on, there's got to be something, right?
But it does say centered around a creature.
Yeah.
I mean, we just put you between us and them and just use you as a wall.
I'm a very squishy wall, and my breastplate
sphere,
is so messed up now.
It's pretty battered.
Yeah, but that can be fixed. The body, that's harder to fix.
My arm is trapped.
I would much rather the armor get broken
Yeah.
than the body.
But if the armor gets broken, then the body soon follows.
Yeah, soon, but not in that one.
I may recommend a tactical.
Hey, good to see you, Caesar. Welcome, all my Blue Box friends.
Take a rest, go back.
We're gonna take this one out.
Take this one out, take a full long rest, go back.
And the tiny cut lasts for...
I'm not opposed to it.
Number of hours, right?
Well, and they count 2 hours per level, so 22 hours. We could stay in there for the whole day.
And keep shooting out of it, right?
Yeah.
Do that.
All I'm
Just
saying.
assuming Donald has this time.
How long
I
does
was
it?
purposely not listening, so this is what you guys got.
How long does it take to build a golem, right? I don't know, but probably longer than it takes to kill one.
I completely lack the requirements to do so.
Yeah.
Oh, and
So how do we
I don't
get
know
a
if
rum
you saw
emoji?
any of last week's session, but
A very bit.
you did distinguish the smell was burning.
I guess.
All right, I'll make it
If you like, hey.
If it has any significance, I wouldn't know that, but...
All right. You are now heard and seen. Welcome, everyone. And let me get this camera perfect on these
I was gonna
amazing
say, it's a
players. You look great.
Thank you.
And
I know you're talking about Chandler,
that
but
all
that's
looks
all right.
good.
We can look great collectively.
Collectively.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to Blue Box Runelords episode 66 today, entitled The Wages of Sin. As always, I am joined by my amazing cast of players here. We have the amazing Jennifer, Chandler, Thomas, and Evelyn. You've watched them many Sundays, and we already see many of the mad chatters popping in.
Yes.
So today we're going to go through our sponsors just briefly. We'll let you guys take your usual suspects for sponsors, and we're going to talk about what happened last time. We're going to talk a little bit about Virtual Greyhawk Con, which is coming up around the corner, and then we're going to get right into resumption of the combat, because we finished the last session in the midst of a combat with a stone golem, and Cade a little bit on the outside looking in. But I want to say thank you to all of our Blue Box friends, and some other words I want to say in a moment once we have a few more people that pop in. But thank you so much, and yes, that's exactly right.
Clever.
It is like, hey Chris, good to
That
see
was
you.
what I would have done.
All right, so let's go around and let's do a sponsor announcement, and let's let you go ahead and start with Mantic Games.
Of course, I would love to share Mantic Games. Why? I was just at an event this last weekend where they had a Kings of War tournament.
That's right.
But not only do they make an amazing game called Kings of War, they also make an amazing terrain crate that has, look at all these things, splash terrain for your tabletop gaming and role-playing. And let me tell you, if you don't think you need a stable on your board, I'm here to correct you. You're wrong. But seriously, having this on the board really helps immerse you, and it's very, very competitively priced. I think it is probably the best option out there. So look them up on mantic.com. There you go.
Great, yeah, and you've seen a lot of the Mantic terrain stuff featured here at Blue Box. Everything from fountains to torture implements to cages to
All the fun stuff.
Yeah,
Implements and cages.
Yeah, so really fun stuff. And Chandler's exactly right. Their prices are very good. They're easy to paint, and so check out Mantic Games, great sponsor. And in fact, this is going to be a giveaway today. This livery stable comes with, as you can see here, several.
Livery.
Stable. You got bales of hay and a well, water wheel, and a barrow, and just
Processing.
trough. It's just all kinds of fun stuff. So this will be a
Processing
giveaway
lots of
today, and we'll see how. Yes.
Chris said your mic sounds a bit weird.
Okay, now when you say weird, Chris, what do you mean weird? Because I'm testing out a new mic today, so I need to know, is it like weird is a very strange word?
Weird is a strange
So
word.
let me know,
weird one.
does my audio sound clear, better?
Almost like double mic?
Oh,
Almost like
Kayla says
double mic.
same.
Okay, I'm wondering if
It's a little distorted.
a little distorted, so let me pull it away from
Like
my
a
face.
tin can.
Wow, that's odd. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3.
The best
Still the
tin
same?
technology.
Take
Good
me
mic
on the
for you.
screen.
So I may have been too close to my
It's
mic.
actually, yeah, there's a
I-
string going to his computer, and he has just a
I don't want better, I want really good. So
fantastic is
like,
what
we'll
we
keep tweaking
strive
it.
for. Here, you know what?
Well, the mic turns with my head, so I'm not turning into the mic. When I
Use
move,
that
the
as
mic
well.
moves
Yes,
with me.
please.
The players are louder than me. Okay, great. Let me
This is
fix
the-
that real quick.
What if Philip held her the same as
You know what? This is going to be...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Test.
Test. 1,
You know what
2, 3.
then?
Sparkling black.
Okay.
This will be the turns until that monster is dead.
And the mic is louder than everything.
I actually
Wait,
have
Music
an
is
idea
really
what I
loud,
want
they
to-
said.
The music is really loud. That doesn't make any
Since I either
sense. All right,
warlock
so
or
let me
brave
turn
cleric,
that down.
Neither of those things are.
I mean, the music is super quiet in here.
Play a cleric
All right, how's the ambient music now?
Deity is in Pathfinder, but you can build it based on
Okay, so Patrick said.
And that's kind of
That
what
is
I
better,
want to
Vicky
do.
Pasta.
All right.
Much better.
Much better. Okay. And then how does my mic sound now? Because this is part of what I wanted to test today. We're trying to see if we can upgrade the audio sound for our players in here as well. And so I'm kind of the guinea pig. Sound good to you now, Biggie Paw? All right. So as we get going.
Great.
Music sounds good, thank you. As we get going, I'm going to really look to have the fans tell us anything they can about how the different mics sound, the normal player mics. You should be hearing less ambient sound from this microphone. It should be a little bit more resonant and full. But if it's not, let me know, because I'm not going to waste the time and effort on it if it's not better. All right, so thank you for that with Mantic Games. That was awesome. Art of Mike Disney.
I'm not good at commercials.
Just get in the cave.
Yar.
Yarr, Michael.
Good old Michael Disney.
And on cue, Mike Disney's in the chat.
Oh, can I see my face?
Yeah.
Yar.
Huzzah! Welcome to the wonderful world of Disney. Mike Disney, that is. Do you want your minis painted and painted well? Well, you've come to the right place where Mike Disney makes all your mini dreams come true. Have you heard of the Overboard? Well, you should, and you should get one. And visit or follow Mike at Art of Mike Disney because he's a great guy, funny, and you'll like him.
And he paints some really good overboards.
And he does
Yeah.
more than just that too.
Yeah, he does a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
paints just a
stuff.
little,
He's
just a
a-
few models.
Yeah, and he has a couple other skills.
Yeah, you know.
Like
He's not that talented.
the first time.
No, whoa, you crossed the line.
And he's just a genuinely great guy.
Yeah, he's such a good role player too. He's fun to be around. He's funny. But the first time I had him on, he was teaching drawing, which is definitely a challenge when I'm your student. And he actually took and drew an
Practice.
overboard backwards, upside down, so that we could watch it on the stream. And he drew this
No, he
whole.
didn't.
Yes, he
did.
did.
It was like he was showing
We drew
off.
along, and
He
it
was
was so
really
much
showing
fun.
off, but it was awesome. So thank you, Mike, and thank you. That
Mike's
overboard you were working on this week looks absolutely stunning, and that guy will be making his premiere, not Mike, the overboard, at Virtual GreyhawkCon. So I have 2 sessions. The first of those sessions that Friday afternoon. It's like a 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock time. I forget what time I start. I'll be on and live, and that entire adventure will be based around something which will have an overboard BBEG in it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and so check that out. I also misspoke. This last week I said that all of the streams were full for Virtual GreyhawkCon. That is incorrect. What is full is all the highlighted streams. All the highlighted streams, I believe, are already filled up, but there are several other streams that are available for sign up. So if you want to play some D&D with some really cool DMs and join in the Virtual Greyhawk fun, check that out. Virtual Greyhawk, the tabletop events, and you can sign up today and join some really cool players and some great DMs. All right, let's go to you, Thomas. You have, who's your?
Frederica draws.
That's right, go ahead.
Look over here, look over there, look here, look way over there. There's great art. It's so pretty. And guess who we got it from? Frederica. She's great. It's like, I didn't even have to give all that much description of my character for her to perfectly get into the mindset that I was in and just just appeared in front of me. John sent me the first sketch, and I was like, yes, that's it, perfect. Chandler said it was similar for Markov before the coloring went up. Frederica's extremely talented. I know she's kind of backed up on her drawing. She's got a lot of people who want her art.
Words.
Words are difficult.
He's speechless by her
I'm
sheer
she's
skills.
so good. But look her up. There's a link in the chat. Go to this stuff. Check her out. She's got Instagram. She does custom commissions. It's amazing. Check it out when you get a chance.
Yeah, and as he mentioned, Frederica, she's done all the character artwork for us here at Blue Box, along with a couple of villains like the Pale Lord.
We did a giveaway once.
And then
Yeah.
we've done 2 of those actually, where she's done character
So
art for
gorgeous.
players. She's had opportunities opened up for her to pursue some of her own projects that she's been wanting to pursue for some time.
Yes.
Really exciting for her.
And so she reached out to me several weeks ago and mentioned that here, when we get into fall, she's going to be pulling back from Twitch sponsorships, but she is super grateful to this community. She has loved working with all of us. She has loved the work that she's done and also the work that she's been given. She's been introduced to a lot of new opportunities, and she's very thankful to us. Now, she is also completing all of the characters for the next book in Greyhawk Awakening,
Yes.
book 2, which will begin in, I guess, 2.5 weeks now. And we're in the throes of creating all of those great character art pieces, and she is doing a fantastic job, and I'm going to try to squeeze in one more villain, too, before she's done. All right, let's go to you, Evelyn.
Let me just tell you about Cozy Gamer. Theron over at Cozy Gamer, she does some of the most incredible dice you will see. She has gemstone dice. And I misspelled Cozy. She has gemstone dice. She has acrylic dice. She has metal dice. Basically, if you need dice and really, really good dice, you should check her out. Her link is now in the chat, but she is on Instagram, she is on Twitter, and her website is cozygamer.com, and you can go over there, check out her dice. They roll really well. I mean, I'm just saying.
Have you seen her roll?
Yeah, they're insane.
But yes, please check her out. She is an incredible craftsperson, and she is just a really lovely person from the interactions that I've had with her on social media. So please check her out. She is, she does all this by herself, and it's just really incredible.
Yeah, she is awesome. And then, of course, we have our friend Darren over at Ferox Fabrication. Check this out.
Love this music.
Darren makes wet palettes, brush holders, several types of miniature holders. He laser engraves everything from custom coasters to wooden toasters. No, he doesn't do that. But he also makes shields and just about anything. The guy's an artisan. Look at that DM
He's got
sheet.
great taste in music as well.
Incredible. And when you support our sponsors, you support Blue Box. So please check these sponsors out. It's click the link. You can see all the neat stuff that they make.
I wonder if it comes with concentrated 80s energy.
Every
Even the
bit
wood.
of it. It's just soaked into the.
Yeah.
Okay, so I moved the mic away a little more. That sounds better now, Chris? I might have been overwhelming the mic.
Artisanal 80s wood products.
Hope you're doing well, Chris.
Yeah.
Saw
Wooden
the Christmas
toasters,
tree
those
you guys
kind of
on
stuff.
last session.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Spirit of Amen is always with us.
Yeah, exactly. And I also wanted to mention, before I go to Trollord Games, we have Fraley with us in the chat, Patrick. He's laid up at home and ill. His wife also ill, so tough times for them. But keep them in your thoughts, members of our community, and also Steve Bloodwild, who's out in California, and the massive wildfires are about 20 miles from his house. He had to be evacuated last week. It has just been a really, really tough time for him. And what I've loved to see, I'm so proud of this community, the way the Blue Box community has rallied around these guys. Just so much outpouring of support and love and well wishes, and that is just what we like to see here. So thank you to all of you, and just know those guys are in our thoughts. All right, then also, hey, thank you, Weirdo, for the cheer.
Hey.
Let's go. And that's advantage.
R2K for sure, right?
No, it's advantage for the DM, I'm sure it is. Yeah, thank you, Mike. And then, hey, good to see Kayla. I saw her up there earlier. Toriano. I know several others of you I might have missed. Sorry about that. The chat's moving a little bit while I'm going through the introductions here. But then, of course, Trollord. Trollord Games, Steven and Chuck. By the way, Chuck also, as I mentioned, he's going through some health issues, and his wife as well, so keep them in your thoughts. It's around right now, no doubt about it. But they make really fun games. Their website is easy to navigate. They have some free PDFs you can download. The world that they have created is very rich, and the rule set is extremely easy to adapt to. They also are featured on our Friday Night Crusades, which if you pop into our Discord, you'll see a channel called Friday Night Crusades, which is full of all kinds of fun stuff, lots of videos, GIFs, memes. They have a great time on Friday nights, and that's a completely open game. So you can just contact Phantom NJ, he's the DM, and tell him you want to play. You can roll up a character that night. You don't have to have been part of any of the other games. You don't have to be part of the next game. You can just plug in and plug out. Now, as the game has gotten bigger, he's going to have to start sort of capping it at a certain number of players, because we've had quite a few people that are showing up on Friday nights. But that is a fun game, Friday Night Crusades, featuring Trollord Games. All right, let's go through what happened last time.
All right, so last time we started off cleaning up after the Flesh Golem had been defeated. And were immediately taunted and abused by the illusory face on the door. Basically, he's telling everybody that they were a bunch of idiots and they should just leave because they're stupid and they'll never make it through. It was great.
He never said stupid. He said daft.
Well, he insulted their intelligence in many colorful ways.
And if I was there for that.
And then there was attempts to open the door magically, and then and then Markov was like, "Did we just try the doorknob?" And in that case, the mouse started yelling at us to not do that. Don't. And it was because it was unlocked. So we went through into the next chamber, started trying to figure out what was going on there. The door behind us, we closed it, and then found ourselves stuck in the room, not able to figure out how to get the next door open because it had no knob, it had no locks visible. It just was a solid thing of what looked like ironwood, and there were some green orbs like that were lighting the room on either wall, but nothing seemed to kind of make sense. Eventually, though, the face led us out of that room, and Cade immediately started trying to snatch it off the wall, though that did not work. And then he said that he would offer the group a riddle. And if they got the answer right, that they could continue on. If they got the answer wrong, they would have to leave. And there was an option C that the illusory face did not think of, which was Cade and Irda annoying him into submission, which he then allowed them to pass through just to get them to
Out-annoy the annoyer.
And so the party continued on, and Alcott actually cast his
Locate
locate object to ensure that they were in fact heading in the right direction that he sensed the night before, which he did find that it was off to the left where the aura of this magical item lay. So they continued that way, Irda leading the way as she frequently does. However, her arcana senses are not the highest, and immediately she was sucked to the ceiling with a magnet, along with Markov and Alcott's sword and shield.
Now, there had been a clue, which was that droning sound. You heard a click and then the room.
And which is why Irda was looking for traps but did not understand that rune. But Alcott actually was able to dispel magic and got rid of the spell there. And so Markov and Irda unceremoniously plopped to the ground from the magnet, along with Alcott's sword and shield. They crashed to the ground in front of him, and combat ensued. Though, as the DM referenced last time, it was akin to the Hulk versus Loki, with what the golem was doing to Irda. And frequently, through the entire combat, she was slung about like a ragdoll from wall to wall, denting her breastplate and causing one of her arms to be kind of locked into place.
Impinged a bit.
Yes. But Markov actually had several mighty strokes against this golem with his crossbow, relying on Iomede's power and not his own, because he knows that she is, he is her hand, and had a mighty crit actually toward the end, chipping off quite a bit of the golem's stone. There were various attempts to turn this golem into other things and to get rid of it, but unfortunately things were starting to kind of fail. Cade was trying to taunt the golem into the room that he was in, because he had actually laid some oil down and was trying to bring the golem to him. However, there was a lot of noise going on, and no one kind of knew what Cade was trying to do. So as the combat was drawing to the peak last week, Irda quickly cast her Liamin's tiny hut around herself, Markov, and Alcott to protect them, grant some concealment, allow them to actually have a way to fire out, but be protected within this dome so that she could tend to her wounds and make sure everybody else was okay at the same time. And that's where we ended last time.
Nicely done, nicely done. And we did miss you playing Alcott last week.
Of course.
She did a wonderful job, but it was not quite the same.
No.
without you here. And,
I was hoping for a Marisha playing
Liam.
Liam. What's his character's name? Why can't I think
Caleb.
of it? Caleb, thank you. There was a funny moment in Critical Role. We don't even need to mention their name. It's all
what's
right.
that?
It was kind of the Swedish
Critical
chef.
what?
Nothing.
I'm
It's
teasing.
ROLL, I think.
I'm teasing. No, I like
It
Critical.
was a
I'm
bit
just
of the
teasing.
Swedish chef sounding. I loved it. Anyway,
All right,
so we're ready.
let's kill a rock.
Okay, all right. So let's go through your character introductions. Tell us a little bit about your PC, your level, your class, anything you'd like us to know, and then we're going to jump right into the action.
Who do you want to start with?
Who would like to start first?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Eva Landriel. I am an Asmar. I am a level 8 Skull, the level 3 Paladin of Saturday, and my breastplate is bent, but thankfully Saturday came to my aid and helped mend my wounds while we are in this tiny hut preparing our next attacks.
Alcott Devereaux, Wizard Extraordinaire, currently level 11, and blacked out there for a little bit, but I'm back.
He's back.
Guess who's back?
That's back.
Alcott's back.
Yes, I'm Markov, a level 10 human inquisitor who has joined as an attaché to the group to assess the threat that the rogue Golem Works student poses to civilization here in Magnamar. I'm also a humble penitent of my lady Iomade.
That's a new word.
Yeah.
Penitent.
Penitent? Oh.
Oh, penitent. I
Yeah,
thought you said
yeah.
penitent.
Oh, no.
Huzzah, you landlubbers in the sea of Twitch. I am Cade Captain, Cade Cardinal, that is. I like me women, me gold, and me rum. And right now I have no idea what I'm doing. So,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. That's about right.
All right, and yeah, everyone knows you look funny without your coat.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
More like a cowboy than a monster.
I didn't even see that.
And we might do like the cosplay thing once a month or something like that. I don't want to do it every week, but it was fun, and I think the fans liked it. So we'll pick maybe like the first or the last Sunday of the
Yeah.
month and make that.
And to defend just how goofy I look, yes, I do. I just don't want to bring the coat. The hat will do.
It is very Quaker.
Make as many jokes at my expense. I know what I signed up for.
Time to eat some oats.
He does look like a Quaker. All right. Party, as we begin, the three of you are going to be inside the tiny hut, which Irda has constructed to resemble stone. And the sphere is right here in the hallway. Suddenly, you find yourselves in a comfortable and quiet environment. Perfect temperature, surrounded by walls all around, but still heavily panting, blood streaming. Irda looks absolutely battered to death, and you are alone.
Fully healed, thanks to Petros.
Is the golem
What's that?
standing still?
What's that?
Is the golem standing still, or does he look like
So-
he's ready to?
So when you look out, and hang on here, let me pull. So
Because we can see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You look out, and you see the golem is standing there. He's motionless,
Okay.
and he's just staring at the wall. Like the moment that he ceased all motion. Kate, you don't see any of this. You're still
Well,
on
I
the
know
other side.
I'm going to silently reach my hand out in the direction of Cade and just point a finger
Cook your finger at him.
Oh, like through the wall.
through the wall, like bring my hand out so that he can see.
Well, what would you do?
Wait, Kate can't see you.
Yeah, he
I know.
sticks his hand
I'm
through
sticking
the
my hand
edge of the
through
tiny hut.
the tiny hut.
I see.
Because I know
Through the
what this
door?
spell is. I'm aware of how it works.
Right.
So I'm going to just go to
turn
this
it on
because
for
this is an actual
That's
rock.
right,
This is
that's
just to
it.
represent what Cade sees, right?
Yeah, because he
What-
sees.
This
he
is an
sees
actual rock. It's just to represent what Cade
Right,
sees.
exactly.
Right.
So I'm just going to reach my hand through that rock wall and do this. at
gesture
Cade.
at Cade to come.
Very. You don't hear anything. I do it silently.
I just see a finger.
Yep.
Oh
Well,
boy,
in hand.
that might be dangerous.
Well, it's like my hand, yeah, but I then stick my face out. Come on.
Is that you? Yes.
Grab me by the shirt collar and
Thomas acts like the skull. Yeah, he's like,
hello.
We're gonna need these questions 3 to get through this door.
Cade has now been yanked inside the tiny house.
All right, Kate, you get yanked inside, and now we'll go ahead and move this guy. Actually, that's going to take up too much space, but yeah. So the golem is just still standing outside
So
the
it's
wall.
how big is the thing? Like 10 foot?
It's a 20-foot radius, so it's
Oh, wow.
40 feet all the way around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It makes a big bubble, basically.
I said sound is loud again. I think the
I already
ambient
turned
sound.
it
It's
down.
Oh.
he's adjusted it since.
Oh, okay.
Robin said it.
I will take this resting time to just go ahead and reload whatever isn't in my
I
crossbow.
will stop my raging
Because
comp right now.
we can still see the golem, even though it's just
Yeah,
resting
uh-huh.
there. Well, Ida, thank you for making more time for us.
Yes, I am having a bit of trouble.
Looks like you were getting quite battered.
Yes, it's what I do best, apparently.
Do you have any healing you can provide upon yourself?
I'm actually feeling quite well. Something strange happened when I.
You are still having trouble
Yeah.
moving this arm. It's
But-
like pinched inside the
But
armor.
something about I did something and I'm feeling okay actually. I just need to. And
Good.
I mean, she's gonna try to struggle her breastplate off while they have a moment. See if she can get it off
Yeah,
around.
I'll like assist.
Yeah, you're able to get it off.
Okay, so then what she's gonna do is she's gonna try as best as possible to try to bend that section that's kind of in
Okay.
out so that she can get full range of motion with her axe arm again.
All right, and yeah. So even with your strength, this is heavy, thick
Yeah.
metal. You're not going to be able to just pull it back apart into shape.
I'm gonna go over to Cade. How is your sword hanging at your hip?
Let's see. When he pulled me in, I probably was holding my sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and flick the blade and say, "Oh, it is metal. Good. We could use that next time." I was starting to worry it was a toy.
That's fired.
Come again?
Gauntlet
The
throw.
stories of Captain Cade Cardinal.
Now is not the time to bicker.
Well, what should I
Someone
kill with
could
my
have
sword
died.
that he thinks is a toy?
Yes, the danger is always there. Cade likes to be creative with the way he fights.
I'm a creative sort of fella.
Not every monster has the solution of shoot it till it passes out.
Right.
These specifically. Now, granted, maybe not the best move, but
I'm artsy in me battles.
Kate, what exactly were you doing back there?
Well, I was trying to create a diversion. I was trying to pour oil so the big rock thing could, like, slip on it and fall, and then we could just stab it to death.
he would probably get back up rather quickly.
Oh, but he'd be down at least. We could have done something.
It's a thought. I appreciate it.
It was a good thought. Artsy in battle.
We shall argue on goodness later.
Good. Goodness.
Yeah, don't
Who
worry.
needs goodness with rock things out there?
That's all right. And at this point, I think all of you feel the sort of jittery speed that you felt from haste wear off, because that has gone away.
Talking
No longer
higher
wasting.
pitched at a
On helium.
So what should we do to get rid of
Well,
Mr. Gollum here?
I have a thought.
Alright.
Remind me of the properties of this hut. It has been a while since I've read up on it. Is magic able to be cast through?
Yes, magic can be cast through as well as projectiles can be sent through it, so like his crossbow bolts can go through as well.
So,
And it will remain as long as I remain inside of it.
yes. However, golems tend to be unaffected by magic.
Right.
I think currently it is not fighting because it cannot see us. I
Then
do
how
not-
do we get rid of him?
I do not doubt that if we were to fire upon him, he would simply smash this hut to bits.
Can you melt a rock? You got fire?
It doesn't quite work like that. They're very, very resistant to magic. My idea is to simply bypass him.
Oh!
How?
What if I throw oil at him and put fire on him?
It is.
Have you heard of a rock burn?
Molten rock, or birch rock turns to molten rock, right?
The last time we messed with lava, it didn't quite go so well.
And that's a very high temperature.
Very.
Regular fire will not get him that hot.
My idea.
Yes.
When I cast Locate Object last night, I was able to, along with Currently, partially triangulate the current location and distance of the shield.
Right, which is somewhere
I am
that way.
assuming I can dimension door us into the room and just simply bypass this golem. Now, we don't know what is in the room.
Probably another one.
And it is entirely possible that that could be very dangerous in the room. But if we go
don't
in,
you have a seeing eye thing, and we can see?
unfortunately, that takes an hour to cast,
Well, we could
and
stay
I can
here
only
for-
do it upon creatures.
We have 22 hours, and I don't know that. Never mind.
I would need to know.
Scratch that.
I would need to know that whoever is in there is a person wielding the shield. I cannot do it upon an object. So, no.
Oh dear. Well, that complicates things.
Oh, we could smash the rock.
Yes.
The rock is very hard to smash.
I'm gonna peer out. This golem is quite ragged as is.
Oh yeah, he's got heavy chunks of rock ripped out of him. One of his arms looks semi-functional. He's in bad shape.
I believe that if we continue course, especially getting the jump on him with this illusory hut, we could finish the job. And then
I agree. That is probably our best course of action.
Can you create rocks that I could throw at him?
There is only one small problem.
That is.
If we destroy him, that is all good, but if we are trying to go to this room, the door is locked. We could try casting the spell, but it seems that to unlock the door, but it seems that most of these doors seem to be very resistant to knock.
I
The
have
key-
some options,
Yes,
which we could try, but I would prefer to try them without him in the way.
yes.
Again, I will posit the teleportation option. I'm a big fan of teleporting. Not a big
Yes.
fan of
Or-
not a big
We
fan of
know!
unknown dangers, however.
Great.
Our safest course of action is to simply kill it and hope that he can't make his way through the door.
Right. That
I'm
is-
all for smashing. How do we do that?
We all shout go and throw things at the same time.
I can throw something really hard. Can you make me something really big?
No. Just hit it with your sword.
But I can throw something really hard.
Your sword is magically enchanted to resist.
I thought you couldn't hit him with anything magic.
What I'm saying is a regular sword would not do so hot against stone. But a
All of this magic stuff is confusing me. Okay, let's go.
I could give you a lesson one time.
Oh, we'll forgo that.
We have a number of hours in here.
Yes, this spell can last for 22 hours
Oh, wow.
precisely.
So, are we close enough to him in the hut that my sword can go out? But does
Is he right up against the wall?
What, the golem? Well, actually he is, but interestingly, after a few minutes as you're talking, you see he turns, whoops,
And kills us.
and falls upon you
and he moves
crushes
back
him.
toward the door, and he stares. He's got his back to you now, facing the door.
Oh,
Oh,
I could run out, run back.
I think this is a fantastic idea.
Metagame me just said attack of opportunity.
You can taunt him a second time.
I could stab him in the
right.
neck
Well done, Pat.
The
with,
neck?
with what?
or whatever.
I think all parts of him are just as vital as the others. He's rock.
Is there a weak spot? Is there a weak spot?
No.
here?
Yes,
Oh!
Is there?
Oh!
potentially.
What?
Yes. As I was discovering through Irda's brave fight with the creature, it seems to have some kind of runic inscription that when disrupted causes it a great deal of harm. Whether it feels it, I don't care and don't know, but it seems to cause a lot of issue. The only hard part is it is still stone carving, so you would need to deal a good amount of damage regardless.
Where is it?
I'll point at anything I see. This is a theory,
So it's
right?
not on his back.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I think the runes are all over him.
Yes, from what I remember,
That's right.
he was kind of covered in that.
Yeah, he's a colossal 8-9 foot tall amalgamation of stone with runes all over his body.
All right. So before I go stab him, is my sword going to work?
Your rapier?
It should.
if
it's
it,
magical, correct? Yes.
I was just gonna say, my piercing bolts were able to do it. I believe the thrust of a rapier,
Yes.
if applied with enough pressure at the right place, could deal a great deal of harm to the rock golem, but it seems to have some type of resistance to normal attacks. I would be careful, regardless. It is possible. Should you go in conjunction, I will fire a volley of arrows.
Let's do it. Oh, I have dual combat. Do you have dual combat?
Role play, please.
Or can you work with me, sir?
I have trained to work on my own.
Well, we'll just work on our own together.
That sounds fantastic. Irda should stand in case the golem tries to rush the more fragile members of our group.
Well, if I leave,
I understand.
Oh, God.
if I leave, our covered goes with me.
Yes, so perhaps we should have you stay at just beyond the threshold inside.
All right, that's where I am right now, actually. The
Wonderful.
edge is right here. And she'll kind of just press her hand forward at that.
I do not feel it's within our best interest to walk away. I would imagine that a golem may be easier to repair than create. That is an assumption, not a
You are-
guarantee.
All right,
As far as I am aware, very correct.
Here's
You
my
see it
idea.
turns and now stands vigil in front of the door again.
Oh, no, he's facing us now?
Mhm.
Well, why'd you do that?
We're talking.
We've been talking for a while. His job's to protect that room.
He's patrolling.
Yeah,
He's
he-
doing
Oh,
what he
okay.
does.
All right, so we'll wait till he turns.
I do
He's
not believe.
stationary.
I do not believe he will turn again.
He might. He's patrolling.
Based on you were behind us before. Based on what me and Irda saw, his patrol consists of him standing in front of the door.
Yes.
But he turned around, and now he turned around again.
We would have to lure him out, and then he would go back to the
I think
door.
perhaps he's just slow. I mean, he's made of rocks.
I do have a small idea.
Oh,
I can cast Silent Image and maybe put something at the door that might distract him.
I
excellent idea.
like that idea.
Would he not have to see the door, considering the image is silent?
Well, but it's silent, but it can move, so it might create the sense of
Something
to
being
get
there.
started.
Hello, I'm here.
Can't say anything, but perhaps
Whatever your hexes must be done. I will stand ready,
it is.
and I will dispatch the creature.
It might be helpful. I do not know, but if I can get it, because I believe I can move it. Let me double check. Thinking. Where's my wand of silent image? There it is.
A bag of wands.
I have to.
No, this is the fireball. This is,
I have to. Visual figment that cannot extend beyond 4 10-foot cubes plus 1 10-foot cube per level. So creates a bead. Creates a visual illusion. Does not create sound, smell, texture, or temperature. You can move the image. So, so what I can do is I could create this image perhaps in front of him and send it behind him because
Move
I can
around.
move it.
Yes.
So it would get his attention from the front and then come behind him, perhaps.
Yes.
Is there a ledge or a wall or something I can walk on?
The ceilings are
she
15
read the
feet high.
comments.
And
Hey,
from
you're
what I
right.
No
remember,
metagaming with comments.
But you know what?
Oh, are you
That's
looking
all
at
right.
the
I
feats
have
I
death
sent
from
you?
above.
You're looking at all the feats
The
I
walls
sent
are 15 foot high.
Yes.
And we learned that because that's where the ceiling was that we got magnetized to.
That will not work. You could.
But they're all the way, like the walls are all the way.
Mm.
Let's just hit it a bunch till it dies.
But death from above, I have a
How
child.
robust.
All right, I'll just. All right, my idea.
Yeah. Yes.
When he turns around,
Yes.
I'm gonna go for his neck and lop the head off.
That sounds wonderful. Let's do that. This is the reason that we allow Captain Cade to exercise his leadership.
It's Kate. He's
We
got the
Yes,
captain.
you sound a little
Monica.
bit antagonistic with
Silent
that one.
image
Am I
has no
wrong?
spell resistance.
You might be joking with me, I think.
Do I look like I'm joking?
No, but you sound like you want to get me.
He's not really much for the comedy, that one.
I don't think he likes me. So the fact that he's pushing me into this has me a little suspicious.
I think perhaps the louder and more we argue, the more possibility of another golem coming down the other.
I'm going to.
At least we're in here.
Irida's gonna struggle back into her breastplate.
Oh, we need to remove the crossbow from either the breastplate or you, because you were hit
Oh
by
yeah,
a
she would
bolt.
have rinsed that out
Okay.
while it was off.
Thank you. Potentially broke.
Whoops, I got cocked.
Yes.
Yeah, ruined.
Well, it did hit Irda, so.
At least it hit something.
Thank you for the follow, Dead Aussie
know,
Gamer.
First it was Shalelu, now it's Markov.
And did Weirdo tell us who he was given the
He said player potluck.
player potluck?
Whatever that means.
What's a player potluck?
So I think like
Whoever
just kind
needs
of
it.
around. So that's 2.
Me!
So let's,
I'll take it.
I have 1 advantage currently.
all right. How many advantages do you have?
Do they
Kate?
carry over from the last
Yes,
week?
Yes, they
we
do.
carried over
1.
while we're in the
1.
dungeon.
Drat! I need more.
Markov, how many do you have?
1.
All right, and Alcott?
I don't get them. Don't give them to me. I
Okay,
have
all
4.
right. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Kate gets
Huzzah!
1.
I told you it's just for me.
And- Well, that'd be Kate again.
Oh, look at there! I told you they were for me.
And 1 for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so what are you doing?
Alright, well,
You stay here, see if you can work on your armor some more, and we shall take care
I
of some more.
don't think it's going to get fixed without the help of a blacksmith.
Hmm.
So Irda's actually going to, because she knows she can't move this arm much, she's actually going to switch hands, put her axe in her left hand that still has free full movement, and hold her shield in the hand that is kind of locked in place, and that way she
Yeah.
can keep it to her body.
Okay.
I go offhanded.
She's done it before.
I'm going to aim and wait.
All right, so what are you doing?
I will hold the grip of my sword and wait. And we're both just looking at Cade.
Alright.
Well, I'm going to use my I have, finesse.
Is this raging again?
So I'm going to use my finesse.
Oh yeah, that's
And, well, I also have, I'm stealthy.
Uh,
Well, as he turned, I'm not going to do anything until he turns.
he's not moving.
Okay, crap. We need to turn him.
Which is what I'm going to do
Okay,
first,
Irda.
but I want to get us raging
Game time.
first. Raging first, then silent image.
Run for the advantages.
Actually, no. Silent image first, then the
Then
rage.
rage.
All right, so what is the image that you are
Okay.
conjuring?
So Irda will think for a long moment. She will draw out the. Oh, Pat Draw just
Thank
gave
you, Pat Draws.
lots and lots of advantage, Cade.
Oh, huzzah!
3 of them.
She will pull from her. She has like a little pouch that holds her 2 wands in it, and she pulls the wand of silent image out, and she focuses it out toward the front of the golem's face, and she's going to create an image actually of. Let's think. She's going to create the image of a strange kind of. She's thinking of all the kind of creatures that they have encountered in her time, and she's going to actually create kind of a very strange looking spider type creature that's going to like appear on the wall near it, like right here,
Okay.
and it's going to kind of it'll move oddly for a moment, and then it'll kind of scurry behind him like it's trying to get to the door.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Or did you get some advantage?
2 for you.
I thought you meant that the spider was really
Aw, that is so
This
wholesome.
is lovely.
Thank you, Pat66, for the bits for Markov. That's 2 advantages, and thank you, Dingbat. We really appreciate that, Dave, and that is a gift sub. And that, congratulations,
Maybe
Martin
that'll
Algar.
work.
All right, so the spider suddenly appears on the wall, good 2 feet across.
Oh, a spider.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yes, it skitters across. All right, this is a will save. I need your DC.
My DC for that is, let's see, silent image. I can't remember what level that spell is.
Oh, silent image? I think it's level 2.
Okay, so then my DC would be 16.
16, all right, and the golem has a +4 to will save. I'll tell you guys that much.
It's a wise golem.
I have
plus
2
4 isn't that great.
advantages.
These are sentient.
17 wisdom.
Alcott, 1 more. Thank you, Lee.
Oh, great.
Oh, we got a hype train going.
Hype
Thank
train.
you, everybody. We appreciate that.
IT type cycle.
All right, here we go. The golem.
Trains don't have
Can I
wheels.
use an advantage or disadvantage?
Oh my gosh, I know what to do.
Save?
Yes, you can. Then you're gonna make me use one of my advantages.
Yeah.
All right. So
Great
that burns
roll.
me down to
I
1.
think I know what to do.
All right, here we go. So 1 roll on the die.
Please fail. Please fail.
The golem looks at the spider. It turns.
Yes!
Happy to go.
Raging song!
It turns and pivots as the spider scurries.
I run! I have quick finesse!
Okay, Raging song is up.
Whatever I have!
I have lots of words.
That's quick finesse. I'm not
It's something that Jenny made up.
Oh, wow!
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Patros just gave 2,500.
Pat?
Oh my gosh, Pat,
It says
thank
primarily for Kate, a gift from Sarah and Ray for trying, but no rum yet. If he doesn't need it, it goes to whomever might need it.
So what is that?
you. Okay.
That is a
Okay,
It's 10.
Oh.
Oh, I get what you mean.
finesse.
He's trying.
I had a word for it. What was? I lost me.
I lost me. Look
I
at the
lost
feats
me
on your
reading
app.
a
Open your
box.
app. It's probably one of your regular feats.
Oh, thank you, Pat. I just saw the advantage.
Thank you, but none for the DM. You guys are so cruel.
No, somebody wrote
All
it.
right.
Oh no, somebody wrote it in the thing.
All right, so Kate,
Yes.
you're leaping out, right?
Raging song's going.
Kate leaps through the illusory wall of Liam's tiny
Tim
hut.
said stealthy finesse. That's not a thing.
Rest in
Well,
peace,
it's
Living
a thing
Acosta.
for me. Stealthy finesse. I have it all.
All right, your feet. hit
No,
the stone.
no.
Anybody wants the rage?
I stealthy
It's yours.
finesse.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
sound.
All right, you.
Stealthy finesse, and I get to go at my
Okay,
speed.
Okay, but there is no such thing as stealthy finesse. Okay, so stop. You don't get to make up your own feats.
Oh, yes, I do.
Got 2 advantages from Lee, John.
Oh, thank you, Lee.
And Robert said you Hulk slammed Irda. What were you expecting?
That's right. That's right. All right, you land. You sprint forward with your rapier.
And I rapier his neck.
All right.
After all
Jab.
that about the runes.
Jab, not
a,
slash.
yeah, it's definitely
Jab.
a step.
Oh, just a jab.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Oh wait, you said the runes
Reaper's
all over. They're
yeah,
not in
So
the
it doesn't
neck.
matter. Just stab
Oh.
him
It might
anywhere.
be
Okay.
yeah.
Because rapiers
In his
are,
neck.
are punch.
I stab him in his neck. I stab him in his neck.
All right. And Ellen, would you mind turning
I stabbed him in
the
his
dial
neck.
on that speaker there just a little bit? Because I've
Wait,
got
oh,
to turn
this
on
one
the
up here?
surge for the players. Yeah, it's a little too quiet in here.
The center dial?
The center dial on that. No, yeah, that guy right there, huh?
I
Yep.
am
Just a little bit. Up.
confused.
Perfect. Thank you.
Where are you
All right.
stabbing him?
In the neck.
In the neck.
Great.
All right. So we're gonna check for surprise.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh,
We're gonna check for
Great.
surprise. Here we go.
surprise! No surprise.
No, we want surprises.
Yes, the golem does
Oh.
not see you coming.
Yes.
You have a flank attack. You may roll to hit.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay.
Because that's how
Just a jab.
I need that extra
All
prayer.
right, I'm using advantage.
All right.
A certain number of times a day.
So
Please,
you're flanking him. That's gonna
please.
drop his armor class. All right.
I need a crit, everybody. I need a crit. Oh, 19! Oh my gosh, I think that's it!
Do you have improved critical?
Yes, I have improved critical! Oh
Okay.
my gosh!
That's possible.
Please,
All right, roll again.
another
Confirm your
Confirm your crit.
with another advantage, please! Please!
Well, because swashbucklers automatically get improved critical at level whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a
6.
crit, but it's a hit. Roll your next attack.
We'll take it.
Wait, actually, what was your total on that? You had a what?
An
No, what?
8.
An 8 on the die.
But your attack
Plus-
modifier
yeah.
is
What's
really
your
good.
attack modifier?
Oh!
You're level
Well, but-
11, so that's
Hold on.
11 plus.
Hold on, let me get. Where am I? Where am I?
What's your? You use Dex as
Just go to your
no
character
strength.
sheet.
I know.
It's a
Nah,
plus 2
you're not,
rage.
you're not gonna make it.
21?
Yeah, you're not gonna
Are
make
you
it.
taking the rage?
Oh, I took a rage!
Yeah, it was 20.
But it's not a
20
strength.
It's 26.
It's a dexterity weapon. Strength doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. It's not a strength bonus on a finesse. It goes to
Means I
dex.
crap and tell.
Okay.
Kate would rather
Yeah.
use his dex than strength.
But
Unlike Alcott.
I lost my train of thought.
Actually, for damage, no, you still use
It
the
was-
strength for damage.
For damage,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not to hit.
Not to hit.
Which
That's
is
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
This
right.
is
Yeah.
dex.
That's
relies
right.
on.
That's right.
But also his AC from the front was 26. I don't know if it's lower on the back. But it's
Yeah.
your dex plus your base attack, which is plus 11. So whatever your dex bonus plus 11.
What's your dex bonus? This, I mean, we might be able to
What's
do
your dex modifier?
it. Look at your character sheet on
Plus
your own.
3.
3.
Plus
So
3.
that's
plus-
14
plus 2
plus
from the weapon, assuming that
16
even matters.
plus 8 is 24.
24?
Total of 24.
Total of 24?
And his AC is 26 from the front. We know that much.
And he's being flanked from the back. And I'm stealthy finesse.
Unfortunately, the stone golem has no difference
Yeah,
between
there's
front and
all
rear
the way.
AC.
It's all
He has
stone.
no
Yeah.
dex bonus. He's actually
But
got a
it's
negative.
still
So
a hit.
it's just hitting a chunk of stone. But
Yeah.
you do hit it. Now roll your second
But he's
attack.
being flanked.
Yes,
so is
he's
there
not
a-
being flanked.
No, normally there would be, but not for this guy.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Does this count as a separate combat from the previous combat since we ceased combat for vital strike purposes?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would
You can
be.
vital
You
strike.
disengage, so you can vital strike.
Okay, well, I'm
Your
gonna
second
vital
attack.
strike that sucker.
Stealthy. Everybody's
Take
wanting to see
that,
a stealthy finesse
sucker.
now.
I'll make it up.
How do you build stealthy finesse?
Okay, I'm using another advantage.
Okay.
Come on.
Thank you for the high
Die,
strike
don't fail me
matches.
now. Ooh,
Thank you
know
so
what?
much.
Advantage on damage?
No.
Oh, second hit?
Second hit.
Okay.
Should I switch
So
die?
if
I'm
you
gonna
hit
switch die.
with vital
Are you-
strike, you double the die.
Great. Wonderful.
So, and
Oh,
you get the full attack
18.
bonus.
Well, that's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit.
That is a hit. Yes, it is.
It's a hit.
And
that's
I
a
get
hit, that's a
another
hit.
one.
Woo.
Oops.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you get 3 attacks per round.
Because you're level 11.
What do I use for that third one?
It's +1, and then plus your dex, plus your +2 from your weapon. So 6 total added to your whatever your dex.
Well, I know, but do I use improved critical or?
It
Well,
automatically
vital,
applied.
if you
Oh.
used vital strike already, then you don't get the full
Oh.
bonus.
So just roll your dice. You might even not want to use an advantage on this because it's probably not going to happen.
Dang it.
Okay, 2 hits. Roll your damage, please.
fine.
Two hits
I
is
need,
great.
One
I
of them
need
is
damage
double.
on each hit so I can calculate damage
Yeah,
reduction.
the die, I believe, is the
So double the dice on the second attack.
because you did hit.
Oh wait, that's. Wait, no, that's not damage. I used the wrong one.
I think your damage is D8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1d8 plus your
Oh my gosh, you
Two.
suck.
+2 plus your strength.
Okay, your first blow. It hits, but you don't even
And
sever
then double the die
stone.
for the second one.
Ching! Your blade like strikes. It's a pinpoint attack, but the stone just rebuffs. It does. You see, it should have done damage. It did nothing.
No,
On
the
your
second
second
one.
one, did you
What
roll
did you roll?
2d8?
Yeah.
So what was your
second
total?
die?
10.
Total of 10?
Initiative bonus.
Well,
Did
No.
you double the dice?
yes, I
Yeah.
doubled the dice.
And then strength +2.
This is. Oh,
It's math.
I know. I'm horrible at that.
It should
12.
all be in the app. It
All
should
right,
all be done.
you,
I know.
you do manage to ping a pebble out of the back.
And I run back.
As it,
Stealthy finesse. Run back.
you're gonna try to turn and run back.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Just gameplay wise.
As you're striking
Oh.
it, I
Don't do
mean,
that.
it's a full round attack. So you hit it once. Imagine it's starting to turn. You hit
Yeah,
it a second
so-
time. So by the time you're gonna provoke an attack of opportunity. Now,
Which is
if
a lot
you
of
run
damage.
away.
Stay
Could
there.
I take a rope and rope its feet?
Do you have a rope in your
Yes.
hands right now?
Yes.
No.
Well, no.
You have a sword in your hands right now.
Whatever.
Thank you,
You're done.
Pat
It's good.
66.
That was great.
We just got a group
Now
initiative
it's
bonus.
initiative.
Who's rolling?
So,
DM has a 5.
do you want me to roll?
If it's a new combat, I do have the initiative bonus to begin with.
Yes, Mike, we still love
That's
the
up to
minis
you.
here.
You
So
and
we
Kay
use
both have the
both the
plus one.
virtual
I'll leave that up to
tabletop
you.
stuff.
It
We
doesn't
still
matter.
love
Roll.
Tailspire.
I don't remember who
We
rolled
still
last.
love minis. We use it all here.
That ain't it, Chief.
It's a 3.
All right, the Golem has initiative. Oh my gosh.
Wait, did we not get to do actions as well? We had our stuff
well,
ready to
he,
throw
I
and
was like a
shoot.
surprise run. I would say. Okay, so what we'll do is
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys. I'll give you guys.
I took the
around.
lead on
Then
that.
we'll come back to this initiative.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
let's go. You first.
You were
Marco.
supposed to be shooting darts at the same
I
time.
was.
All right, go ahead and fire. This could be very important for Cade.
Yes, so vital.
That's why I'm
I want to
begging
double
for
check.
it.
Vital strike, the way that works is the second attack is the one that you double the damage dice.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you only get 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would do it on your second.
Well, ideally, like it would be whatever
his
your
class
last
is
attack
different.
is. So, like if
Okay.
you had a third attack, you'd have because it gives
So he
you your
doesn't get
base
full
attack
attack
bonus.
bonus.
So you go to your weakest
Great.
attack.
First attack. 19 plus mini.
That hits.
Yes. And that is we're baning this turn, which is a resource that I'm running out of. So
No, I do not believe he does.
no, I need to, but I don't.
Should pick that up.
Yes. First attack, damage on it is 14 plus 4 from Bane and Sanctified Slayer.
All right. thunk, your bolt sinks in deep, about half the shaft.
That'll be
You
hard to
see
get
the golem rocks back. Pebbles fall off of its body.
The
not a
second
corpse yet.
shot I will shoot.
Yes.
I will use an advantage provided
find
by
it,
my
see.
sponsor, Pat66, for the episode.
Your sponsor.
Yeah. That is probably not going to do it because the last time I rolled a 9, I was able to get it, but only with haste. So I'm 1 off this time.
So the total of 25?
I believe it's a total of 25.
Yeah, so your second bolt pings off the stone. Alcott, what are you doing?
Throwing my sword at it. Because nothing else works.
That's what she did too.
Yeah.
And it didn't work either.
But I'm going to use an advantage, which is something you didn't
I
do.
did not do that, no.
Use my precious
Oh,
bad roll.
no.
I do not need bad rolls.
There is a lot of swash in Cade's buckle.
So,
That's a 7.
total, however, because I get to add my intelligence
right.
when I'm throwing it, because it's a +5 on my +5, is a 14,
a
which isn't
14,
even close.
and it was a 7 on the die, right?
Yeah.
Now you are firing into crowded melee, right? So
Yes, but I'm like arcing a sword that I'm like magically throwing.
that's right. And I'm going to say, especially
Oh, is it
because you got
also
intelligence,
Cade?
buddy, it's. Yeah, you fire it high, but just a bit high. It glances off the shoulder.
Now,
Sparks fly, and immediately it comes back to you. Here, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm raging.
can't I be running back during?
Are you going to
Attack
try to
of
turn and run?
opportunity?
You
Don't
will provoke
want
an
to
attack
do
of
that.
opportunity.
He will punch you. If you try
Oh.
and leave an enemy's space while you're in melee
Okay,
with them, they will.
don't metagame.
Oh.
Just let her.
I know, but like,
I know.
How long does my silent image last, real quick? Let me double check.
you do not want to get hit by this guy.
Oh, I just have to keep concentration on it. Swell. So
Swell!
she's going to take the silent image and she's going to move it on top of the golem's face.
Okay.
So the spider kind of wraps him around the head.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
All right. So you bring Kate as you're fighting. You see. I'm going to say that can all happen in one round. Now the thing is, hold on here. I
move
don't
it.
believe you can include vision.
Just says like
Does not create sounds. You can move image.
Move it.
Beside. That's a really good question. I've never had that come up
That's a
before.
good question, actually.
Yeah.
you can move the image within the limits of the size of the effect.
So I'm going to say also because he swung at it, and when he swung at it as he turned around,
You might just.
let's just say he did hit. So I'm not going to auto disbelieve though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give him another will save.
Really?
Because he saw his hand go through it and do nothing.
Maybe it's just a phase spider. or something.
All right, so yeah, which he would exactly. That's
He's
what he
very
would reason, right? Yeah. All right, you see the spider come up over.
She screams.
What a noise.
You stab it right where the spider shows up.
very manly scream.
Sounds like my son. All right. Now the initiative was won by the golem.
Oh crap!
You
No.
see 2 giant stone hands. You hear the crunching and the crackle of the stone
I'm
grating on it as it lunges down at you with surprising
Well,
speed.
no,
It's all right. You're quick. Your AC's high. He's
Yes,
not
I'm
gonna hit.
quick. I'm quick. Stealthy.
First time, it grabs you with one hand.
No! I can't take a
Slams you
beating.
against the wall.
Why couldn't I should have just run away, you people.
Be up here.
Why can't Irna be the one that gets hit against a rock over and over again?
All right, you take. Let's see here.
He'll be fine.
I got healing ready.
You take 22 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
Boom! It slams you against the other wall.
Oh,
wait.
I had to think
That
quick.
was just the first attack.
Yeah.
Hey, this is not nice.
Ouch.
Two.
Ouch. You take 28 points of damage from the second one. Boom! Boom! You now really know how Irda felt a few moments ago. All right, Kate, we're going to go to you now. The creature the second it sort of throws you down on the ground, so it's not still holding you, you're just
Will I get my rope out?
All right.
All right, you're on the ground. You will provoke another attack of opportunity.
What the crap?
because that is like if you're casting a spell, if you're doing something which is.
I have dueling cape deed and I have a rope thing.
I know,
But it doesn't prevent attacks of
like,
opportunity.
yeah, like reaching into your pouch, pulling out your
Okay,
rope.
but I have dueling cape, so I can use my cape,
You can.
and that is quick.
That yes, you can use your cape.
So I'm gonna use my cape.
Cape.
All right. So you're gonna use your cape to try to tangle his feet.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
I'm gonna bring this sucker down.
Do
Alright,
it.
just like he
do
brought me
it.
down.
Do it.
Go ahead, roll it.
Okay.
Cade, and a pulp lands on the ground, blood coming out of his mouth, his head bruised. You see he flourishes,
I need
whisks
more
his cape
advantages.
around the goblin's feet. Or the golem's feet.
Oh my gosh!
I can't tell if that's good or bad.
That's a nat 20 on the die.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Please work.
Come on, Cade.
Cade.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I critted him! I critted him! Make that sucker fall!
I'm not sure what a crit looks like on a rock with a cape, but I'll figure
Suddenly,
something out.
in the inspiring rage music, you hear like some
Confusion.
well, it's actually like a celebratory little tune for Cade.
Before I do this though, I do take a swig of rum as I take my cape and swirl it across his feet.
That's great.
All right, roll
Go.
percentile dice.
John, I need you to go to the exact section in your book that says Cape v Rock.
Yes, right. Yes. I do have grappling, so I'm going to use that. Go ahead, roll your percentile
Rum
dice.
cape!
I've never been so
can't
giddy in
read
my
those
life for a
dice.
cape attack.
38? That's not very
I feel
good.
like we've
All right,
already found the fan art
38.
for this
Hang on
episode.
here.
And rum cape actually makes sense. I'm sure that there's plenty of rum on
There
it.
probably is plenty of rum on it. Stained.
It's got a nice
Cade
rum
Crusader.
odor.
Sweet aroma, yes.
Cade Crusader.
All right, hang on while I resolve this very
No
interesting
capes. In this case,
critical.
yes, capes.
I like Tim's interpretation. It gets confused and attacks the cloak.
Is a bullfight? Is that what this is?
Toro.
Okay, girl.
Rum cake sounds really good, actually.
I can break out my grandma's recipe.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Cade.
Yes. Bring it on.
In a shocking flourish,
Agreed.
you manage as you were kind of when you fell to the ground after the creature bashed you against the walls. You were about 3 feet in front of it. It lifts its foot to take a step. As it lifts its foot to take a step, you happen to catch it just at the right moment as it was transitioning weight. It is actually a remarkable feat. The physics involved in this are so minute. The weight of this creature, the strength that you would have laying on the ground, and yet somehow you hit at precisely the right moment. As your cape wraps around, you heave,
And and down goes!
the golem topples backward.
Down goes
Crashes
Fraser!
down. Anachronism. But a funny one. Not clever. All right, and now the golem lies prone on the ground. You all see this. What are you doing, Markov?
That doesn't.
What do you see? You go!
I do go. I've got 2 more bolts in my canister, and let me ask you, it doesn't get a dexterity bonus on the ground, does it?
No, but it doesn't have dexterity bonus anyway.
I have
Yeah.
a question about that.
Yes.
Because the Sanctified Slayer gets sneak attack that triggers when an opponent doesn't get dexterity bonuses to their AC. So I'm wondering about that.
No, I think that. So I see where you're going with that,
Yeah.
but I would say that is a sort of a rule because
Interpretation of-
technically it does get its dexterity bonus.
For
It's
sure.
just that its dexterity bonus is a -1. Now, however, in this case, because it's laying on the ground, that is precisely how this rule should be
Yeah.
applied. So it counts.
Okay, great.
But I was like, if you were, because otherwise, if you were just attacking him in a full
sure.
frontal assault, just because he doesn't have a dex bonus doesn't mean you can use
Great,
it.
great.
He does have a dex bonus.
Right, it's just a -1.
A
Right.
nothing.
Great.
Right, but when he's on the ground, he's prone like this.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, great. Then we
Teach him a
interpreted
lesson.
We interpreted it the same. In that case, it is time to attack. So the first shot, boom, that's a crit.
What?
That's-
Look at the power of the rum!
and you know what? Will we use? No, we won't use an advantage. I gotta preserve my
Are you
pat draws.
sure about
Or
that?
my pat 66.
Because you could roll like a 2.
You know, I
On
could
the-
do
on the
Hey,
that.
back.
Kung Fu Grasshopper,
confirm.
glad you made it.
I
Thank you
could do
everybody
that.
for all the great chat. Thank you for all the support for the players.
You know what? I'm a monster hunter. I'm gonna use an advantage.
All right, great.
Oh, all right.
I hunt monsters.
Crit this guy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
Amount of advantages.
That
Oh my gosh!
I didn't need it.
Huzzah!
Iomi
That's a
did it.
20 on the confirm.
Oh,
That's a plus 20 to your percentile.
we're knocking them out!
Here's the double zeros.
Thank you, Pat. Or Phantom. Who was that? That was Pat.
Down
Thank you,
go
Pat.
your
Is
bad
he rolling
guy!
D100?
I am rolling D100.
Don't use up all the dice, my friends.
We're just relying on crits for my
I love it,
Ioma
man.
Day here.
8.
You rolled it. You did the bad thing.
Yeah, I did the bad thing. We're gonna have
Oh,
to
you
read all
use
that.
two. Yeah, you
You
use
rolled
two tens.
2 tens.
Yeah.
So pick one for your tens.
Alrighty.
For Cade, 10 gave you.
All right, so,
I'll-
Do it again.
What
so,
again?
so that's an inspiration for you.
62.
It's 82.
So you can add
82,
plus
nice.
D6.
82.
82, so that's
Plus 20.
62 plus 20.
Plus
Yeah,
20.
plus
All right. 82. All right. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Bring on the
Wonderful.
crits. Bring on the crits. That table has all
So,
the crits
can I borrow a
today.
D6?
Yes, I will give you a D6.
Thank you.
My fun special D6.
Oh,
I
fan art
believe so.
posted.
Fan art.
I told you we already had the fan art for this episode.
I
All right,
love
I'll
the fan
pull
art.
the fan art in just a second.
That is
No, I have to beat you to it. You always beat me to it.
Let's see.
Yep.
I want to make sure I'm doing this right.
Something this. Something this.
It's very, very Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I love it though. It's so good.
It really
26.
shows to his talent that
Oh,
was
How
just so
quickly.
quickly.
I know.
7/10. Oh, I need 2 more D6s.
Oh, of course
Oh,
you do.
I got 2.
No.
Okay, roll your damage.
Cozy Gamer.
Thank you.
That's
All
actually
right,
fair
this
use
is my
those.
damage. I got a lot of D6s involved. So this is the actual damage, and then this is all the bane,
Extra.
and then sneak attack.
All right, so that's a 3, right? And then the Banes. So, and what,
9,
what,
And then sneak attack.
11,
That's
21.
12.
It's 21.
all right, Markov, as the
three
golem
was whatever.
slams
Yep.
to the ground.
Oh, add 5 to that as well because of
26.
like
And then
just a standard
the
bonus.
3, whatever it was doubled or tripled or whatever, just add 3 on top.
Okay. As the golem slams to the ground with a thud, a spray of dust as it strikes the ground. This is our golem there. He's laying on the ground. As this happens, your bolt. You now have the measure of this thing. Markov's intense observational skills, constantly probing for weakness in the creature. You see when it falls, its arm is exposed, and there are smaller stones here, giving the flexibility in the underarm. Your bolt goes right through it, emerges up into the neck. Tell me what it looks like.
I'll tell you, as the bird
Huzzah.
emerges, pardon me, you see little pebbles from the top just chink out and hit the walls with high speeds, kind of bouncing a little bit, not ricocheting, as the creature already falling on the ground, immobile. The bolt just sticking out, the friction of stone keeps it from sliding all
Yeah.
the way through, but yeah, and I imagine it just sits there as immobile as we found it.
And I stand on top of it and throw my rapier in the sky.
As soon as the golem is destroyed by Markov, Yurda's actually going to move, because she's still within inside the tiny hut. She's going to
gonna say.
move to the side where the doorway to the front
Right.
is. She's going to stick her head out, so she's not stepping out yet, and she's going to say, "Did you hear that blood crash? You should tell your master we're going to keep breaking his toys if he doesn't give us our artifact." Just a suggestion.
Is Mike Disney still in the chat? If Mike is, I want to show something real quick.
I want you to tap dance on the
Let's
stone golem's chest.
As you say this, you hear a voice. It is a certain and absolutely sure sign of both low intellect and low moral quality to gloat.
I'm not gloating. I'm making a promise. There's a difference, friend.
Disagree.
All right,
I do
you
wanna
see
look
Kate,
down that
Kate
hallway
is
to see
tap
if I'm
dancing. All right, as you look, all right, Mike is in there. I want to show this real quick here, and let me pull this up. I'll have to reorient it in a second. Yeah, but Mike, I showed this. I don't know if you were on last time. Yeah, but bring it over here. And
Kate is definitely gloating.
I didn't get this one. So,
Kate's more
Mike,
than gloating.
you got the. This is the mouth
I can do a lot of
that is
just
speaking
take
to
some
them quite impertinently. That is poised atop the archway here, and of course, this we mentioned last week. This was created by art of Mike Disney from green stuff out of nothing. And let me tilt it up so you can see it's got this wicked-looking serpentine tongue on it. Mike made this from nothing, and it is now here in all of its glory on Blue Box. So again, check out Art of Mike Disney. All the table gaming needs that you could possibly have, he can give you some of the best stuff you could have anywhere in the world. All right,
Home dropped, by the way.
Cade,
Huzzah!
you're doing a jig.
Yes,
atop
I
the
am.
stove.
A nice little pirate jig.
All right, and what's everyone else doing?
Hi-ho-ho! Down
Checking
you
down
go!
the far hallway to see what I can see.
Irda did enter Inspired Rage too, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Let me see if I can get this one in the right spot. All right, so, you stopped the Inspiring Rage. Markov, what are you doing?
I will, from my satchel, produce a sheet of parchment and lay it. Fell on its back, right?
Correct.
I will lay it on its front chest where I see the runes, and I'll bring out a wide piece of charcoal and begin to get the shape of the runes on the parchment.
Doing a good rubbing.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. Alcott, as you look down, you can look down the hallway, and you see it's about a 30, 40-foot stone hallway. You see those same gouge marks in the stone scraping on the floor, and it ends in a door that's 15 feet high. Solid wood and has a handle on it.
But locate object is still pointing me in that
That's
direction.
correct.
I will just maintain there. I'll look to Irda. I'm going to wait here as vigil until you have decided that it is safe to move ahead.
Alright, and you're still within the hut.
Yes,
so,
of course.
You can see through it.
Oh.
And Irda's going to kind of poke her head out towards Cade now and say, "Hey Cade, come here, I will give you some healing, but I don't want to leave the hut yet because I want to keep it up for
Okay.
now."
I come over to you.
Okay.
Heal me!
You step back into the comfortable environments of Liamon's tiny hut.
And she's going to cast Cure Serious Wounds on Cade.
Huzzah.
So, I'm going to use that.
And let's see if Saren Ray decides
3,
to honor that with Cade.
He has some serious wounds.
Cade, you
Well, that's
receive
not
no
bad.
healing as Saren Ray declines.
Nuh-uh. That's
No,
a,
I'm
that's
teasing.
a,
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Plus
You made the music like disappear.
that was some fighting
23
word.
points of healing. How much?
receive-
23.
Oh, huzzah.
You receive 23 points of healing.
Because it's my level plus.
Yeah. It's a good spell.
Now, didn't somebody give inspiration to bring back me rum?
You did
No.
get a you
That
did
was
get a
for,
full
heal,
for a
but-
full
It
heal.
you
wasn't
got a full heal,
necessarily
yeah.
for
They-
you.
they
it
don't-
was-
they-
A full heal.
The players, they can't do that, sorry. Or the viewers can't do that, no.
They're not going to give you rum back. That's very powerful story stuff.
That's right. We only allow them to affect combats, not to actually give rum back to a
No,
player.
that's more
way
important.
too much, yes.
Wow.
Rum not tasting
Oh,
caster.
Irda.
Yes.
So, I can throw things really hard. Is there
Yes.
any way to take the head off the golem so I could use it as a boulder to throw at another golem if we come across it?
Well, it should be inert stone at this point.
Yes.
You should be able to just simply grab any of the stones laying on the ground.
Like his head?
Well,
Pull it off.
we knocked off a lot of stones during the fight, so there's.
Okay,
and
I
she
go
kind
get the
of-
head.
She kind of gestures at all the stone that's kind of scattered on the ground around it.
Well, the head is still attached
Well, then I go and I try to break it off.
with your rapier.
Oh, it's magical.
It is, but it's a rapier.
Oh.
I would say you could probably chip away at this for the next 2 or 3
Well,
days. And
Irda,
eventually-
do you have anything to knock the head off?
Not really. I
Oh.
would rather not dull my axe on that.
You
Victor.
also know this head would be quite heavy.
Yeah.
It's a chunk of
Stone.
stone
But I
this
borrow,
big.
I have borrow and brawler, and I can pick up things and throw them.
It says throw anything,
Yeah, this is.
but that's not like pick up the earth and throw
Yeah,
it.
this-
Oh,
yeah,
I'm not like
right.
my character
Pick it
on
up
the other
underneath
one.
Nothing.
me.
Pick up the tavern.
Oh, okay.
She's getting confused with a mythic character she has in our family game. Which,
I can pick up ships.
It does say anything, right?
Throw anything.
that's why it's our
I'm
family
reading
game.
that.
Okay.
You know, Cade, you can help me try and find my arrows. My bolts.
Way more entertaining.
Where are they?
I'm gonna start pointing around to the ground, some of which may be under the golem.
Okay, I help him find his bow.
And
How many
you
bolts
fired
did you fire?
4 bolts, is that right?
I fired, I
Six.
think, a total of
Six.
8.
Oh, you're going back to the last.
I
Yeah.
wasn't
'cause you
able to
only-
get them.
Altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 8 of them.
All right. So.
One was already destroyed.
Right. So you got 7 remaining to try to recover. All right. And firing them at stone is always dangerous.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to buy some new bolts. Is what I'm sure is gonna happen.
Only 2 of the bolts are still reusable. The
That's-
others have been shattered, blunted, bent,
That is rocks.
buried inside of rock.
I know what I got myself into. Thank you, John.
Yeah,
You're
pickaxe
welcome.
would come in handy, unfortunately.
All right.
Well, I'm glad I could immobilize the giant for you and cast him to the ground so you could get the killing shot, Markov.
Surely, Cade. Yes, I think you are quite gallant when you want to be.
Oh, I'm always gallant.
I think that's the
Of course.
closest thing to a compliment that Markov has ever given anybody.
That's not true.
Alcott. Do you want to try to do your teleportation into the room still? Or
If it's
no.
teleportation, leave me out of it.
My question for the DM.
Yes.
Do I get a sense of how far into the room, and left or right, like generally, where I think the field
Sure.
might be?
Make a spellcraft roll.
Not
for me.
because I want to teleport in it, but because
I
if
know.
we open the door, I want to be
Yeah, I know.
aware of my
Either
my
way,
space.
you want to know. Yeah. So
Yes.
spellcraft check.
Might as well use an advantage.
Okay.
They gave them to us for a reason, right?
Yes, to use.
To use.
They sponsored you.
He sponsored me. Skills, spellcraft is, I mean, just very good.
Does that make you a warlock because you get your power from
From the viewers. Oh, great patron. That is a 27. Or sorry, that is a 37.
I was going to say that not the
okay.
same
That's
roll.
that's a pretty good roll.
All right. So
I bring you this great number.
everyone, real quick here before I resolve this, we're going to do a couple of giveaways today. We're going to do one after the break, which is coming up here shortly. We're going to give away one of these gorgeous blue box mugs.
Ooh.
They are guaranteed to make your coffee, your hot tea, your cocoa, or your
Taste better.
or your-
Fantastical.
Your hot buttered rum, whatever it may be. It's going to taste much better in a blue box mug, full
Did
color.
someone say hot buttered rum?
And if you already have one of these,
Some of that right now.
as always, we'll hook you up with some of our other swag, including
Makes the
we
paint
have
water better, too.
these cool mouse pads. I
Great
love
for
these
playing
blue box
Liar's
mouse
Dice.
pads. So we'll
Really
hook you
good
up
for
if you
playing
already
Liar's
have
Dice.
that. But that's going to be the
Make sure
main
you don't
giveaway after the break is the mug. Then also. Toward the end of the stream, we're going to give away this livery stable from Terrain Crate. So cool. This is
so
one of
many
our
cool things
sponsors,
in
Mantic Games. And you can see all the components that are in here.
I love the water pump.
Great, yeah, I know. Great scatter terrain for your gaming table. These little touches can make the difference in a well set up table. And so go ahead and type !mug in the chat, !MUG, and you'll be entered in the giveaway that we'll do after the break here in just a moment. All right, so what were we doing?
I healed Cade.
Yeah.
Then we figured out.
And I rolled a 37 for you to tell me
Okay,
where
37,
I'm
that's what
going
it is. All right, so Alcott, you do notice the more you concentrate, you are feeling a strong sense of almost like trying to push through, like to punch through water. There's a resistance of some kind here, but your skills are quite honed, and you're able to get a sense that the object you seek is probably center-ish in the room and about 10 to 12 feet back. Maybe a little further than that, yes.
There-ish.
Interesting. Fantastic. I do not wish to teleport in there.
Alright.
But if we can open the door, I can possibly retrieve it at a distance.
I will try what I did before. I will begin to try and open the door.
Wait.
Oh,
Allow me to check if it is trapped,
go ahead.
and I will detect magic on the door.
Alcott's always smart like that. Thinking ahead.
So you definitely, as you concentrate trying to get the volume right
The
on
last
this,
time we entered a room with runes of death in them, it didn't go so hot for us.
you hold your hand up, and yes, you feel powerful magics and nothing which appears to be ready to fire off a glyph, but the door itself is imbued with magics of resistance. And as you're looking at it, while you see there is no handle or lock or key, you see there is a small hexagonal indention in the stone of the door.
You got me so excited there for a second.
Knock the door.
I thought it was the half moon
Oh.
circle that Alcott's dad gave him, but no.
I forgot something as well. In the combat with the golem, you felt that. Where do you have that half ring at?
It's that's actually a really good question. I think I do keep it in a pocket in the robe next to my chest.
So you felt a sort of a subtle vibration in the broken chunk of the ring during that combat.
I've cast Identify on this thing before and it hasn't worked, but can I get a sense magically what that means in this instance? Because now that seems magic.
Well,
is
you
there.
just intuitively know
I mean, it's connected
it
to this
stopped
place.
the moment the stone golem fell.
Interesting.
So it was somehow.
The moment I put that thought together, I'm going to search the thing's body for a possible other half of this shape on it. Other runes that might relate to this.
Yeah, you don't find anything. You do see lots of Markov's bolts sticking out of it, but yeah, no.
Even bringing it close, touching it to it, nothing
Yeah,
occurs.
inert. Nothing, no.
Can't you knock the door, Alcott?
Yes, I also believe Ida can do that. We need
Do
to
it at the same time.
If I had to assume, it'll probably be resistant to whatever hexes you will try and cast on
I
it.
can possibly dispel those hexes. How many times are you able to do that?
Knock. 11 more.
Ah, great. Give it a go.
All right. Now, do you remember, as soon as I step out of this hut, it is gone.
Oh, that's not good. We might
But-
need the hut.
But, oh God, I could give you the wand of knock.
Does
It's a
not.
wand.
Is attunement a thing?
No.
Then she'll hand the wand
Great.
of knock over.
And Alcott certainly knows how to use this.
Okay. All right, Alcott, you hold
just-
forth the wand of knock,
I'm sure you'll return it to
Yes.
and as
I'm
you
gonna steal it.
wave it at the door to knock,
Photo.
you see the same thing I described last time.
Scatters
Little
off.
motes just kind of drop to the ground, look like sparks falling from a log that's been struck that was on fire, and there's sort of the motes of fire.
Okay.
But something else happens.
Not because of range.
You
can come.
do. The door opens.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Someone check my-
Scatter
You
back.
hear a grinding sound.
So I actually didn't even realize this. We could have had ear to do that. It has a range on
Yeah,
it now.
that's
so
right, yeah.
We
Yeah,
did it
so-
from
But
within the hut.
it's not that door.
Oh my gosh.
This door opens.
Oh, that when
You
we
can
did
hear
that?
it resonating from down the hall.
no.
It's okay. The hut is still up.
Interesting. Can I see further down in?
Dancing
How
light.
dark is it
I
down
want
there?
back.
It's not that dark. In fact, here, I gotta pick my guys up.
Let me just get out the spyglass.
You see a chamber beyond. Hang on here while I get these guys.
Pull out a monocle.
Oh, guys, I hear a plural. We don't like. Oh gosh.
You see a chamber beyond.
We're told there was at least 2 metal golems.
It looks as though it has a menagerie of both completed and partially completed golems.
Yes.
There's a golem of part flesh and part stone that sits inside of an alcove here. You can barely kind of catch the. I'll give you that as you kind of move forward just enough to see. I'll reveal that. It looks inert. You see. Hang on. Sorry,
Yeah,
fans.
for a little
While I'm
bit.
trying to get this camera in the
Work
right
down.
spot. I wanted to use this one, not the other
That
one.
grinding sound is your teeth.
Yes.
No, still not right.
The
That
arm
arm
really
is
does
very
not.
stiff.
Yeah, it is, and it's super good, but I should have had this pre-prepped. Sorry, that's probably dizzying my fans. Forgive me. There we go. Hey, this is not Nightheart Gaming. I mean, we don't have all of our stuff perfect like they do. They're awesome.
Yeah.
You see, as you look in, there are also several partially completed golems. You see some with arms not yet attached. You see some missing heads. Some are small, some are large, bits of flesh to one, metal to another. You see one that looks like it's wreathed in flame, but the flame is not moving. It's like stationary flames sitting in the alcove. And in fact, here, I'll show you what they look like for you. Let me switch to the monitor.
For an anachronism, it must have 5 more horsepower because it's got flames deep out.
It stands there like this, inert, and the
That's
wreath
a no
of
for
flames
me.
around it, eyes glowing but pointed down, not moving.
Good.
But what catches your eye
This is
Is
DM
the-
hasn't killed enough people.
is the 14-foot tall hunk of solid iron that sits in the middle of the room. The creature has glyphs
heavy.
and plates all over its body, and it is not inert. You see, the moment that door opened, its head pivots up, and you see it start stepping forward, feet grinding on the stone.
Like scarily quickly, or like he's making his way downtown.
Yeah, like he's moving at a good pace, not running, but this is not like zombie Walking Dead movement. He's
I
coming.
am much more keen on the teleporting into the room idea now.
Right, and we're still inside the tiny hut, so.
I have my
I'm not
telescope. I'm going to produce it from my satchel.
Okay.
Hearing this, and I'm going to try and see the runes on it from a distance to try and study it.
Oh, here's also a question: is the thing in my pocket now active again?
That is a very good question, and the answer is no.
Cool.
You don't feel. All right.
I will attempt a check, and I learned just a moment ago that study target does give me some measure of bonus to knowledge.
Oh, because we fought it, you know more about them.
Well, also
Yeah.
the act of studying target, it's a thing for Slayers, gives you bonuses on intelligence checks for it.
Interesting.
Read your rules. That's what I learned. Read your rules. So
Yep.
let me take a look at that.
But only sometimes.
If we teleport in the room, can we teleport out quickly?
Yes.
I say we teleport in, grab it, teleport out.
That is my
Yes.
precise idea.
I think we should do that.
So
Do
it'll be a +3 to the knowledge. And then
Okay.
Maybe the 12 normally.
So
get
you
from
see,
Austin.
Markov has this brass spyglass, that auto telescope, that strange cursive scripted K on the side of it. As he holds his eye to it, go ahead and make your check.
Of course. So are we saying? I do want to make sure here.
Yes.
It's +3 to knowledge rolls. Monster lore is a different skill.
Correct.
Are we wanting to intermingle that, or say it's just monster lore?
I'm going to say just monster lore.
Okay. 14 + 12, that's 26.
Okay. Yes, and in fact, while the stone variety was not something you had heard of, and these are not really in the wheelhouse of what Markov has traditionally hunted, you have heard of these giant iron monstrosities, one of the most feared types of constructs that can be found. You know it is highly resistant to most any type of weapon, equally resistant to magics, but you do know, you had read in one of your many tomes that you studied, that striking the creature with electricity can slow it.
Wonderful. I will hurriedly pocket it and say, I believe it's best that we get out of here. I do have a single bolt that I can use to slow this creature.
Why don't we? Do you trust me?
Where are we going?
The other side of the door.
We have no clue what's
It's
beyond that.
moving.
I have a clue what's on this side.
It's picking up speed as you're talking.
Okay.
You can see like
Go
it's,
now,
it's like
Albash!
it's like momentum. This thing is so massive. It doesn't start at a quick sprint, but as it gets moving, it starts picking up its momentum.
Alcott is looking at you to give any sort of agreement to it, and he says, ostium, and a door appears in front of him, and he shoves everyone through it and dives through.
Now you realize he's teleporting someplace he's never been.
Yep.
He felt a resistance already.
Oh, no.
It's in
fine.
the room, so we're gonna make that check. We're gonna see what happens after the break. All right, so Blue Box will be back in a few minutes. If you haven't yet, type !mug in the chat. !MUG. That'll be your chance to win one of these gorgeous full-color Blue Box mugs. They are really, really good. And then, if you already have one of these, you can either gift it to another Mad Chatter, and by the logos on both sides, if you're wondering, so it's a dual-sided logo mug. You can gift it to another Mad Chatter, or you can choose one other piece of swag, a shirt, a hoodie, a mouse pad, but we're going to feature the mug today, and so that'll be done after the break. Also, coming out of the break, we'll talk about a couple of the other streams that are going on. We'll talk again about GreyhawkCon, which is just around the corner. Can't believe how quick it's coming. Also, a quick announcement on BlueBoxCon, which many of you have been asking about. And one other thing I was going to say. Oh, yeah, we have one question for you. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, thank you. Alcott used an advantage on that. Either way,
I will do my best.
let me think about that. All right, thank you, Lee. I always like to support the creativity of the players and the chatters. But if you're watching today and you haven't followed, and we've gotten several new followers, we appreciate that. Or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub has expired, and thank you, Vamp Wickman. I saw some others that resubbed today. We have one question for you here today. Are you threatening?
We will cut you with a
Are you
sword.
threatening our?
Somebody said to give away the sword for the
No way.
giveaway.
We have one question for you here at Blue Box. What are you doing? We'll be right back.
And we have another piece of fan art. We created a spell called Captain Cardinal's Stealthy Finesse Transmutation.
Okay. Oh, and two pieces of fan art. I didn't show Pat Durrell's fan art. I'm going to show that after the break, and we're going to look at Lee's spell after the break
It's
as well.
so good.
Thank you so much, Pat66. Inspiration to Alcott. Blue
Yeah,
Box
inspiration.
will be right back.
This
It's in the it's in the
interesting.
Captain Cardinal's Stealthy Finesse.
material component is a shot of rum.
Yep. Casting time, one action, target one creature.
I'll let you know.
1 minute
Plus,
per
one person
level.
can move at full speed while maintaining stealth.
Hey,
Invented by
thank
Alcott
you, CGG Mark.
Devereaux for Captain K Cardinal. Tends to make the target smell vaguely of rum.
I was this close.
Huzzah! I like it.
Turning around.
Booting it, legging it.
CGG Mark, you are now part of the most elite chat
I
crew
trust
in
my
all
legs
of Twitch
much
D&D,
more than I
the
trust
Mad
my
Chatters.
masters.
Thanks for the follow.
Great.
Yeah.
Too late.
Too late now.
But not in this instance.
I thought here's what went on in that moment is if I turn around, that little skull could potentially lock both doors and I'd be stuck
You'd be stuck in
alone.
there till the golem comes in and just beats you to death.
I'd rather
It's gone now.
yes, I would rather be trapped with 4 others than trapped alone.
Yes.
Especially 4 others, one of which can just get you out very quickly.
Potentially.
I can get you out much easier than I can get you into the room.
That's
See,
true.
my question is, did we consider the fact that perhaps this place is warded from teleportation in and out?
Oh,
If that
that's
is the case, we'll
so
just be
true.
booted outside the door.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
And then we're in the same situation.
I can cast Tiny Hut again though,
Exactly.
because I have one
So
more.
it's not like
I have one
horrible.
more use of my 3rd level spell slots. So.
we're not
it's a good thing.
per se screwed.
Just likely. It is a good thing that Iomade blessed me with a electric bolt. That is all I can say.
Ah,
Do I have anything to
thank Iomade.
Thank Iomade.
I don't think I do.
I've only got the one. So that's gonna have to
Okay,
use.
everybody start rubbing your socks on the carpet.
Static electricity.
Yep. And you know what's great is I specifically didn't prep lightning bolt today,
Of course.
What a loser.
but I can cast one spell once per day that
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have
have
nothing.
prepared.
Yeah. I have nothing lightning.
But it slows him for I think like a number of rounds. Like I think he has to roll.
So I have a
So I just need to hit him once.
unrelated on
Yes.
the gaming front for Thomas. Since instead of doing the Starfinder and potentially, like I said, I got to get it approved, getting off tomorrow. I'm thinking if you still want to do something Starfinder adjacent, we could play Infinity, and I can make a little scenario that will actually affect stuff
In Starfinder.
in Starfinder.
How fun. We shall see.
Okay, good. I think it's a game you'd like.
If we survive this, we probably need to get XP soon. But it's been
A
You would
what?
think that.
It has been a while. We haven't really necessarily killed anything. We've done a lot of role playing and other things, which
RP gets us XP?
obviously yes, RP is XP based. But,
Stealthy finesse.
Also, we've talked to you about taking level bard, and I hope you
no,
multiclass.
seriously, when Alcott said I could teach you some things, that was me trying to intuit that you could easily take a level in bard. I think you
How
should
do I
take a
do? I bet.
Multiclassing is super easy.
Okay.
You literally, what you'll do,
I don't know how it
when
works in
you-
older editions.
I know because I am now level
You
3
are now
paladin.
a multiclass
But basically,
master.
when you go to once you have XP to level up again, instead of putting another level in swashbuckler, you would take a level in bard, and you'll be like a level 11 swashbuckler, level 1 bard.
So what would that give me?
Well, that means
the level 1 features a bard.
Yeah, so that means you would have spells that you could now use. He could, and level 1 bards, I think. Let
Give
me
me a
double check.
second.
Because I had the spell list open earlier.
Bard is a secondary class gains the following secondary
Needs more
class
things to
features.
remember.
But it's not bad because if you use the app, it'll all be in there for you.
Wonderful.
Pathfinder, there it is. I have it open. Okay, and charisma is your modifier, so that's really nice. Because you have a high charisma, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Passes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, I've been trying to look into it, but maybe you know something through, like, art people.
Mhm.
I want to make a coloring book of all of Pat's drawings
Yeah.
for BlueBox.
Oh yeah. I would
Do
say.
you know of, like, a cheaper publisher, or, like...
I mean, you
where
could always do it through something like, what are those? Like all the printing things online.
Well, yeah, but they're expensive.
Like Vista
Some of
Print or
them, if you
something.
like Vistaprint, but if you get enough of something, it's less expensive than if you like get one of something.
Yeah, usually
Okay.
higher quantity bulk stuff.
Okay.
So if at first level a bard has 4 cantrips and 2 first level spells, and if you have a high enough charisma modifier, because that's what bards use for their spell, you get additional
more
spells
spells.
per day based
Stealthy
on
fire.
your
Which you do.
modifier.
I do.
So you would have like 3 first level spells.
It's
probably.
interesting. Multiclassing is quite different in the older edition to 5e. In 5e, there are limitations. In older editions, you can
Yeah.
just take whatever classes
Yep.
and whatever.
And you get all
levels
the
you
and
Well,
you
it
get all
depends on
the
how old you get. Like, you go back to 1E, there were
Yeah.
heavy restrictions
Yeah.
on multi-class.
Now, in 5e, you have to meet specific stats
Right.
to be able to take specific
You had the
classes.
same thing in 1E.
but
Like,
you
for
get
monk, I think it's you have to have 13 wisdom and dex.
Well, every like 3.5 has class like ability requirements for certain
Are there?
classes, but like multi-classing was a lot more restricted in multi-class was a lot more
Yeah, yeah,
restricted
but
in 1E.
you can
Multi-classing
you would
was
have
race
counter
restricted in
song,
1E.
which means you could
Classic
counter magic
was race
effects.
restricted.
Like
That's
it's
right,
basically
that's
a
right.
counter spell that you use through your bardic performance.
Oh.
And your bardic performance would be singing
well,
because
wasn't it
that's
in
what
1e
Cade
that if you were a
does.
dwarf, you were just a dwarf?
And you can
Well, yeah,
like
that was,
distract.
you can
You can charm things
So like
using
basic
the
and
bardic
expert
performance. Like, there's a bunch
editions
of different
prior
options
to
you have.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
And
AD&D is considered
you
1E.
can
You got
inspire
dwarf,
the other
dwarf
party
and elf
members
were
using
race
that,
and class.
which
You
gives
were a
them
dwarf,
a plus
that's
1
what you
morale
were. If you were
bonus
an
on
elf, that's
saving
An
what
elf
throws
was
against
basically a
charm
mix between a fighter
and fear effects
and
and
a
a plus
caster.
1 on
Makes me
attack
think
and
dwarf
weapon
was a
damage
cleric
rolls.
and
So
a
like these
fighter.
are all things
Makes me
like
think
you can
of,
buff just as
the game
a level 1
Talisman.
bard that you have.
Or if
that are
you're- if you're a
built
dwarf,
into it.
that's just-
And that'll
that's
all
what
be
your
in your
character-
counters that are on the first
Congratulations.
page
You've
of your
unlocked
panache.
Yeah.
So your like your
So-
bardic inspiration, your bardic performance will be
Cade
on
actually
that,
going to do
that
the
front
thing?
page. So you can do that so many times
Maybe
a
they
day
will
based
see.
on that charisma modifier.
Okay.
It's so Cade. It's
Yeah,
so
we will
Cade.
definitely do that,
What's
Mike.
the thing?
Absolutely.
What's the thing?
All right, so here we go.
Is there a secret? What's the
All right, welcome back to Blue Box as we come down the home stretch. We're still unsure of why the title of the stream is The Wages of Sin, but perhaps we'll find out before this is over.
I think we know.
And then a couple things we got to go through. We'll do our giveaway for the mug in a moment.
Yes, bards are so much fun.
And then we want to talk about Virtual Greyhawk Con again, which is coming up on October 1st through 3rd. And there are going to be streams all weekend long. It's going to be an absolute extravaganza of D&D,
gonna be swell.
old
Pat
school
66
fun,
into a DM on Discord.
lots of new school tech. We're playing games that are based in the original D&D world of Greyhawk, so the lore is incredible. I was talking last night, had some, my son, many of you know Jordan, he played Ixen, he had several of his friends come over and they used the game room last night. So these are all like early 20-somethings, and they were talking about League of Legends and the fact that it has 11 years of lore. And I giggled and I pulled some of my books off the shelf and I started talking about lore, and then they got really bored. But it was still a moment. And so it's all going to be the incredible lore of the world of Greyhawk. But you've got DMs that tell fantastic theater of mind stories. You got a DM in Lord Gazumba who is now 41 years in the same campaign. You've got people using tech, virtual tabletops. You'll see Fantasy Grounds. You'll see Roll20. You'll see Tailspire. You'll see incredible terrain and minis. It's just going to be a great, great time. So sign up for Virtual Greyhawk Con, and then also please watch our streams. We'll have two. We'll have one on Friday and one on Sunday. They're both primetime slots. These are featured streams, highlighted streams on Virtual Greyhawk Con, and we would just love to have all of you block your calendars and be part of that. Now let's talk about BlueBoxCon quickly. We're 9 months away, so planning is already beginning. It is going to be around that same weekend, middle of May.
Yep.
I was really trying to move away from that weekend only because I do not want the con to be about my birthday. But as we talked about timing and availability for schedules and everyone with kids and travel and school, it was just the best weekend to do it. So we're going to keep it at that time, but it will not in any way be about my birthday. It's going to be about the con. One thing we're doing is we're actually extending the con by an additional half day or so. So last year, you came in on Saturday. We played games all day and into the night. I think we finished around midnight.
Yeah, I think it was at midnight when we finished.
Daisy Beauregard,
Daisy Bell Beauregard,
Mister,
sir,
was literally falling asleep at the table.
I was having to I'm like, we're almost at the end. Can you come?
That's not the thing you want to see as a DM. Obviously, is one of your players literally falling asleep at your table, but it was no reflection on the great game that Tom was
I go
running.
to sleep at
You can find
night.
on YouTube if you didn't.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
whole of BlueBoxCon, all of the streams are in fact on our YouTube. So
That's awesome.
check it out.
But it was a long Saturday, and then we went to the Tennessee Renaissance Festival.
so
We have a
much fun.
great Renaissance Festival here. It's literally 15 minutes from my house. So we're going to do the same thing this year, except we're going to add some more games to it, and we're going to come in on Friday afternoon. So anyone that wants to come in Friday, especially for those of you that are traveling longer distances, you might prefer to spend an extra day if you're going to fly in or drive a long way. So you can come in on Friday. We'll probably start gaming in the afternoon. We'll do the food truck both days. We're going to have that same food truck back. I think that guy was awesome.
It's so good.
And he was a D&D nerd.
Yeah, he was. And so we're going to spoil all of the
And
people
I'm
that come
trying
in.
to get my sister and her husband, and he might do some cooking. So.
And I think we've already got people that were not able to be here last time that are planning on being here. So just be thinking about that. We'll start posting things in our Discord, but it's going to be a great time. BlueBoxCon, middle of May 2022. Gosh, hard to believe how fast it's
I
You want
know,
to know
right?
something funny about the Ren Fair when
Yes.
we went? He was there wearing the exact same Markov costume that same day that we were there.
Oh, was he really? Okay.
He just
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
know any of you guys.
It
Oh,
had the
really?
breastplate and everything
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
It's full armor and everything.
Yeah, it's
He was Marco.
in the middle of Tennessee,
Living
and
it.
last time
Sweating.
we had people coming from as far north as New York, and people as far west as California and Phoenix, Arizona. So it was kind of blew my mind. But it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better this year. All right, let's do our giveaway. The mug. We're going to roll for this on the Nightbot. And so if you haven't yet, type !mug in the chat. !mug in the chat, and you'll be entered in this giveaway. Yes, no kidding. I hope so, Chris. Thank you again, by the way, Set Monkey. Those glasses,
Yeah, they're
absolutely incredible. And I'm going to keep some, and I'm going to cuddle them like my precious. But I am also going to give some away, so you'll be seeing some of those given away. While we're getting ready for the giveaway, one other major announcement I need to make. This Tuesday night, Greyhawk Awakening, The Wayward Bolt. The episode is entitled The Final Chapter. And this will be, in all likelihood, barring something completely unexpected, this will be the final session of the Greyhawk Awakening Wayward Bolt group. Now,
For now.
if you've not heard this before, I want to make sure you get it. there are going to be several stories, several different campaign arcs that are weaving together into this master story called Greyhawk Awakening. They are going to be somewhat contemporary, so this is not necessarily sequential. This first, Wayward Bolt group, and then the next group goes from there. There'll be some overlap in the timelines, but it's going to be a fantastic story, and we will see all of those. You'll see Lilith and Brim and Rin and Alondra and Gimble. You'll see all of them. Phineas. You'll see all of them again in the future. But what's going to happen is that story is going to pause starting Tuesday night. Then the following Tuesday, we're going to have a special sort of retrospective celebration, fireside chat with the fans. We're going to talk about all the great moments of the 55 sessions or 56 sessions at that point that we'll have had. We'll have some big giveaways this Tuesday night. You're not going to want to miss it. Mark your calendar. And then we'll start the next book of Greyhawk Awakening. It'll be the same players. So it'll still be Evelyn, still be Vivi, still be Josh, still be Terry, still be Rory, but they're going to have new PCs, and that's where I mentioned the new fan art that's coming, or not the new fan art, the new artwork that's coming from Frederica Draws. All right, the mug, winner of the mug is... Mamo! Awesome, congratulations! And so I already have all of your information. So if the mug is what you want, you don't need to say anything. If you want some other piece of our swag, then you just need to pop that to me in Discord, and I'll make sure I get that to you because I know you've won a couple things from us before. And now I'm going to get ready for our grand prize giveaway at the end of the day. All right, so this is going to be for the Terrain Crate from Mantic Games. This very cool livery stable, and
Is those the ones that you have to like put together?
no,
Oh.
no, but you have to
They
paint them.
come.
You paint them.
Yeah, they're all.
So that's not what our hanging.
No. That was a completely different thing.
We should tell people not to buy that.
No, but it made something really cool. I've used it on stream a few times. She's talking about one of the Middle-earth Lord of the Rings assembled sort of the palisade that you've seen me use. That I used for the orc fort. That sucker was a lot of work to put together. So this is our giveaway for the end of the stream. Type exclamation point terrain, and the end of the stream is just around the corner. So thank you very much, everyone. Make sure you're tuned in on Tuesday night. All right, now we go back to the players. As if you just joined us after the break, our players have just felled a stone golem, although it was no easy feat to be sure. But now they find a monstrosity.
Arcade, all things are possible.
A multi.
Sarah Ray just sighs.
You take a lot of credit for someone else's kills.
I know. Doesn't Kate always?
I was gonna say he always does that. The Kraken.
The dragon.
A multi-ton hunk of iron careens down the hallway, picking up speed. You are casting your teleportation.
Dimension door.
Go ahead and go through that description again.
I
please let this
grab
work.
each of them, but I put my arms around them, and as I do, I say Ostium, and a glowing purple door appears in front of us. I
I'm
shove
trusting
them
you,
through
Alcott.
and dash through
Oh
as well.
gosh.
All right, now were you doing anything with your electric bolt or no?
I didn't have any time.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
no.
This is Dimension Door.
All right. So Alcott, you see this door appear. You had said earlier if it's teleport, leave me out of it. Are you allowing
No,
me?
I had made.
waited for him to give me any sort of acknowledgement.
Yeah, so I had made a nod to him, and I then even talked why I agreed. Unfortunately,
It didn't matter to me in that moment.
Yeah.
We're just going in.
Yep.
Or shoving people through doors. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Wick. There's a
Seems to be a theme with this group.
All right. He starts pushing you through the portal. As he pushes you through the portal, you have heard me describe the feeling again, so I'll just go through it quickly. Disorientation, a bit of a sense of vertigo. Your ears pop. You feel completely off balance. You, Alcott, as you step through, you're feeling that same sort of pushing through, some kind of resistance, as though you're struggling against something that's literally pushing back against you. I need you to roll a d20, and I'm going to have you add your level and your intelligence bonus to it, please.
Am I allowed to use advantage?
You are, because I will be as well.
Fantastic.
Please do.
Please let it
Not bad. You said
Level?
Intelligence and level.
on level, so plus 16, so that is a 27.
Okay, so it's because so you're just so everyone knows your level is 11, right?
11.
And your intelligence bonus is 5.
5.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, please let this work, Alcott. Please let this work.
That's what you're thinking the whole time.
Do you need your glasses so you can read those properly? We don't want to be cheated out of
Small numbers
death.
better be.
We want to be cheated out of death. No, we do not want death.
We don't want to be cheated into death.
We don't want to be cheated into death.
Are you suggesting that our DM would cheat?
Now, we can't have glasses.
Hope they teleport.
Alcott, you feel, and then you even hear a voice. The voice in your head.
Do we like voices?
We don't
in our
know.
head?
We shall see.
Only
Depends how
Alcott
friendly
hears
this
this.
was.
The rest of
Great
you don't
job.
hear this.
You bypassed my defenses.
I know, but does Alcott want to hear voices in his head?
And you hear a,
Oh, what is that? No, we can't have that.
and you feel the push very strongly against you. Roll again.
Ooh, can I use advantage again?
You start to feel your teleportation fall apart.
Oh,
You,
Advantage?
yeah, you can use advantage again. I'm using it again.
this is
Ooh, that's
Much better.
even better.
30,
35.
34, 35.
35.
35.
Oh, take that, you little snack shack.
Yes.
Alcott, your
I hear that tone
your
tonight.
skull begins to
Push
pound.
back.
It feels like knives are piercing your brain. You can feel a bit of blood trickling out of your ear as you concentrate to push through with force of will.
Can we help him
And
believe?
then suddenly,
It's like pixie dust, right?
stop your hand.
Come on, Alcott.
Thank you.
No,
What does that mean?
what does that mean? Where are we?
This is the reason that magic.
Where are
is
we?
not so electric.
What did you do to us?
That concludes our session for tonight.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding.
Do that to me.
Early, come on.
I was like, I still got a couple hours left.
We all instantly.
All right, as I flip the table around here.
Crush.
What's resolve that wire over there? Can you pull that wire off? Thank you.
Don't be
Congratulations, you've
lasagna.
teleported into the walls.
Don't be lasagna.
You've heard what happens when you go into black holes, right? What the scientific term for what happens when you go into a black hole is? Spaghettification.
Yes,
Yes.
spaghettification.
Oh, I like that word.
Yeah, it's
Spaghettification. Well, that's hard to say.
You basically
Spaghettification.
get pulled into
Lasagna.
string. All right,
Huh,
so
I've never heard that.
all of you, funk, you slam to the ground. Just a couple of feet, but like you feel like you've fallen from a great height, but it's still disorienting.
Got one, and you got one.
Okay, well, okay, no, so
Don't do that.
Who gave him to the DM?
wait, so Lee, we're now at 200 per advantage.
Yeah,
not
that's one
100.
each. That's
So-
one each. There's
That's
four
one
right
each.
there.
She give.
So
One
one
each.
advantage to Alcott, one to
Oh,
you.
I thought you said each player. Okay, one
No.
to Alcott, one. Thank you very much,
No.
Lee.
One each for Alcott.
And I think
All right.
that's. I've gotten 5 this session.
Okay.
So I think I'm.
Yeah,
next.
so if you've gotten 5, that's your cap for the session.
We only get 5?
Per session.
Per session.
You find
I've gotten
yourself.
5.
I've gotten one.
You guys ready?
Yes.
As you clear your mind from the disorientation, you look around. You see a neatly appointed room. Several mahogany bookshelves that tower to the ceiling. Stone is hung with neat tapestries. While there is a massive amount of equipment in here, you see some alchemical equipment, you see different implements, look like they are designed to shape stone, shape metal. You see magic regents laid out on a table. But everything, this is not.
He's in heaven.
This is not the. This is not the stereotypical, chaos. This is all neatly organized,
This doesn't read mad science.
and perched behind it all, you see a man that's about 5.5 feet tall. He's got a slightly balding pate of grayish hair. And he has got a little bit of rotundity to his face. He wears a leather vest, and he's holding two metal implements in his hand. He looks up, and his eyebrows climb high. Thank you so much, Lee.
So,
Thank you,
Pat,
What?
Pat disadvantage you. We canceled out the disadvantages.
Oh, we got one of those going
it's
on.
just zeroed out.
All right, so I'm back to where I was.
None for you! No advantages for you, sir.
All right, are you taunting me?
Oh, goodness.
All right, and so, Patron, you stop it.
What is going on, Mike?
What is
We're
Mike
gonna get
doing?
another hype train.
3, 4, 5, 6. There's
there-
3 disadvantages to.
There is a slight smell of must and alchemical components in the room. The other thing that catches your eye is there is on one counter behind this rather rotund man, there sits what looks like a metallic cat, about 1.5 feet long. It swishes a little silver tail and arches a mechanical brow at the top. You also see there is what looks at first blush like an armored knight, but as you look closer, you see that it also is some sort of construct made purely from a suit of armor, carrying a blade with it as well. Hold on, let's light our torches here. Forgot to do that.
Well, where's the shield?
The shield
Yeah.
That's what we're looking
is sitting right here next to the man behind his desk.
As we pop down and I sort of our eyes adjust to the room, I look at him, staff in hand. Zayden, I assume.
Okay, last cancellation in the DM's favor. Thank you, Lee.
Zeroed out again.
That's awesome.
Why do you want the players to die?
Don't want the players to die. She just wants everybody to have fun.
Fair game, right?
Yeah.
Only the players get advantage.
That's
what
right.
fair means.
All right.
Inside.
As
Bits and shove 'em.
I look at him and Zayden, I assume.
Oh no.
he looks around at the group. He looks over to that giant suit of metal armor that stands at the ready to his left, and then he squints at you. I might have known.
I knew he'd have a
He
voice
sees,
like that.
you see his eyes.
Wizards, man.
As he says that, I lean down to you guys and I'm like, watch the door behind you.
His eyes lock in on the sigil that you wear.
I look down at him at it when I see his eyes.
You would be Alcott then. Oh, shame what happened to your father. Most sorrowful, but he got what he deserved. He played with fire, and when you play with fire, you get burned. As you're doing right now. You should not be here.
As this exchange is happening, Markov would like, unless he's interrupted somehow, to just like walk crossbow trained on him behind the table as cover, just kind of increasing the threatening.
Is anyone else threatening?
All right, yeah, you
Just
can
kind
do
of trying to create this dominating presence the group has instead of just standing still.
that. All right, thank you, and thank you for the sub, Terry.
The more he speaks, you see Alcott's knuckles go white on his quarterstaff. So, you are the man responsible for my father's death, then?
No, that would be quite the stretch. He was responsible for his own death, though he did try to steal from me.
You did not kill him.
No, I simply did not allow him to steal from me.
Good, you have saved yourself a lot of pain.
Your threats are idle and mean nothing to me.
That's fine, I'm not here for you.
I know why you're here.
He kind of eyes Markov as Markov slides behind the table.
It was an awful thing that happened to your father, but he
That is not why we are here.
should not have done what he did.
You shall be silent.
What did he do? I interrupt.
He kind of looks at Alcott.
Ever the petulant child. Well, He got in league with the wrong people. It started simply. Often happens with the wealthy. They think themselves above the law, and they get bored with the trifles of life. And while he had everything he might have wanted, he wanted a bit more excitement. It started with dicing tables, and then it moved to horse racing, and then it moved to pit fighting, and before he knew it, he had himself in quite a bit of debt to a group that one should not be in debt to. That's when he hatched his foolish plan and tried to steal from me.
I'm assuming that is what he tried to steal. Motioning toward the shield.
Oh, no, he would have no idea about this. He tried to take Groan.
I'm gonna slowly move my crossbow away from this guy and a little bit more towards Alcott. Why are we here, Alcott?
For the shield that it needs to be returned to the Church of Abadar, as we've explained, in payment for Cade's arm being regenerated.
Aye.
The shield that was stolen, by the way, by this man.
Oh, yes, quite. I did steal the shield, but...
So it seems pretty hypocritical that you're calling other people out for stealing when you're blatantly stealing yourself.
Huzzah!
I was making no moral judgments, young lady. I was
It
simply
seems
saying
like
it's
you were-
very dangerous to steal from me. I do not allow people to
Well,
steal
then
from
just
me.
give it back to us so we can give it back.
To the church where it belongs.
The church. You stole from the church!
And not only the church, but the church of law, sir.
Or have we walked into a feud between families?
I was not aware of Zayden's connection to my family in any way. I did not come in here with that intention, and I will not leave with it.
Calm down, Markov.
I am
I'm
here for
gonna-
one
Calm
reason.
down.
I get that.
We're just here for the shield.
I hear you. I will roll sense motive
Okay.
based on the stuff that we've talked about
On me?
before. Yes, on you.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We feel there's a need to wield for
No,
the shield.
I like this.
32.
Yeah. That might not be exactly true. I mean, I'm angry, but, like, he didn't kill my dad.
Oh, hey, we
so-
got a raid from Lawful Stupid of 30 people.
Huzzah!
From
That's
Jay.
a huge raid.
These
Oh
are
my gosh.
These are our
Hi,
good
guys.
friends. They were running Dark Sun today. I was running late trying to get my setup done here, so I didn't get to pop in. But I've mentioned this before. Lawful Stupid, really good friends of our stream. They're from across the pond, and we are collaborating.
Ahoy, mateys!
They will also be. We don't talk like that here, Jay. We'll also
Just
be.
Captain K.
We'll also be running. They'll also be running streams during Virtual GreyhawkCon
Awesome.
as well. And so please check out their channel if you're a normal Blue Boxer. Hop over there and follow Lawful Stupid. And if you've just rated us from Lawful Stupid, there's two things I want you to know. One, we've got about a little less than an hour left in our stream, but we have a giveaway today that we're doing. This
Oh, we're
really
gonna
cool
mail something to
terrain
England, are
crate.
we?
We will. Yes, we have
All
done
the way
it before.
across that pond!
We have done it before.
Well, I guess I did just mail something to Iceland, so I
Yeah,
guess I can
wow.
mail something
It's
to
a bit
England.
of a shorter trip.
We have mailed all over the world. So this terrain crate, they're one of our sponsors, Mantic Games. Thank you so much for the hype train. That's our second hype train of the
Thank
day.
you
You guys
all.
are awesome. But we're going to give this away. So all you need to do is type !terrain in the chat. I'll pop it in there so you can see it. !terrain. And it doesn't matter if you're here in the States or if you're all the way overseas, we will send this to the winner today. The other thing we want you to know is that if you're watching today and you haven't followed, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a sub whose sub is expired, we have one question for you here at Blue Box.
What are you doing?
Come on, give us a follow. We
Arr,
really
follow us
appreciate it.
now!
Thank you, Diamond Anvil. All right.
Wrong for followers.
Wrong for followers!
All right, let's rein it back in. Thank you again. All right,
So,
Alcott, what does he sense from you?
So you get the feeling that Alcott is very angry right now, but not in the way that he wants to do anything to this man because he wasn't directly responsible for it. Like he's being pretty forthcoming with what he's saying.
He's just rude.
Just there's a lot of anger back there that could potentially be unleashed if the wrong thing is said.
Don't we have an iron?
I wish to get the shield and leave. And
I would like to get the shield.
And we will be leaving with it.
Markov is just listening to this exchange now. Crossbow, pointed somewhere in between them.
So toward the suit of armor, maybe.
Maybe towards the suit of armor.
Well, I don't think leaving would be a good idea, and you won't be taking this shield with you. This is how I am. Have you not seen my work? It's quite incredible. The sentience. Have you ever seen the sentience I've been able to put into these creatures?
Oh, the one that I just toppled over and crushed? That one?
Groan was my favorite, and I will make sure.
Oh, he groaned, all right.
I would
Quite
like,
the witty one, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
I would like to cast a divine spell. As my eyes move keenly over to study Zayden, and I will try and do anticipate thoughts.
Ooh.
That way I can get a jump should he choose to do something.
I'm familiar
silly.
with the feat. Okay, go ahead. So you're looking at him. By the way, you heard the groaning and sliding of the iron golem coming down the hallway, and now you've heard it stop.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. I've got
We like stoppage.
yeah. Will
Oh, not
partial
there.
saving throw.
That's too close.
You don't know that.
Oh, and this is
Read in
gone.
the
It's
description,
gone.
it might say
But
why.
it's gone.
The spell taps on the target's mind, +2 insight bonus to AC, blah, blah, blah. The target fails its will save. Yeah, so it does get a will save.
I think
Yeah.
the will save might only apply to the +2 AC bonus. It might still give you the other benefits.
Let's see. Will save. If the target fails its will save attack, or you can also see how the target will react to attack. So, okay, I always get the insight.
Yes.
Right.
But-
You just might not get the,
You might not get the AC
numerical
bonus.
bonuses.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'll at least try.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll. Whoops.
Well, you're the one who's rolling. It's a will save.
So he doesn't make there's no feat check that you have to make?
This is a spell.
You're, okay, gotcha. All right, and what
Will
is
save
the,
DC.
what is the DC?
That's a great
What level
question.
spell is it?
It is a level 2.
So it would be DC
10 plus your
Plus this is wisdom
your
based.
casting
Wisdom
modifier. which I think is
modifier.
wisdom for you.
Wisdom 4.
Okay. All right,
So 14.
14.
Maybe 10, it would be 12. Right?
That'd be 16, right? The 2 level
Plus
10
the-
plus
yeah,
2
it's
plus
10 plus the
16.
level,
16.
so 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You definitely sense that he resisted the spell, but both through just the natural insight of the spell and even just your keen observational skills, Markov has honed through time his ability to see subtle cues, little micro expressions. It's not hard to see that his eyes occasionally glance over to the suit of armor, that he is prepared to unleash this. You also see that he looks at Alcott with a mix of amusement but also sympathy. And you are certain if he's attacked that he will unleash this creature and perhaps more.
Since I can at will do
Look-
this, can I detect evil towards him?
Yeah, so as you're doing this, go ahead.
Everyone's just
He's just kind of he's not.
Swatting away.
Being subtle about it.
If you leave now, I will allow you to leave, and I will not have my friends slice you and grind you to a pulp. This shield is very important to me. This is how, in combination with the stone of the Iaspan, I am able to create the sentience. This shield is quite remarkable. It's actually sentient itself, and I am able to tap from this to create. So surely you can see, while a bit of purloining might have been involved with its procurement, it was in the greater good. For what comes, we will need these constructs in the battle to come.
So detect evil is at will, and then it's just within 60 feet.
Yeah, you concentrate for a few moments.
Oh, is he the one that's speaking through the annoying
He
tongue
is
out
not
front?
evil.
Okay. You're
No,
just
you don't
going
hear
to
the
look at
same.
him and
Obviously
say,
not evil.
well, you see, here's the thing. You find that stealing is fine as long as it benefits you, correct?
You seem to mistake my sense of morality. It's a matter of might makes right. If you can do it and you have the strength and you have the higher purpose for it, then yes. If you're a sniveling sycophant who has gotten yourself into hock because you cannot control your impulses, and then you try to steal another man's work with some hastily constructed ring, it is foolishness.
We are not interested in your golems. We just want the shield.
Ring. What do you mean?
I told you, he's tried to steal Groan. He had a local mage craft for him a ring of stone golem control. Of course, I would not allow it, and so my big fellow out there, Jameis, he stopped him and, well, snapped the little petty thing in half.
Take it out and throw it on his desk.
Well, my ring's rubber, so it won't quite make the same
You
effect.
are right.
Clatter, clatter.
My ring is also rubber.
Yeah. Okay. The half ring clatters on the table.
That would be it.
Define purpose. What do you mean is coming for the city? What battle to come?
I'm quite sure it's above your sense of intelligence, wisdom, or knowledge. It deals with ancient things and
He's
ancient magics.
speaking down to you.
Just,
Oh, God.
just trust your betters.
Thessalonian in nature, perhaps?
You know the Thessalonians.
Oh, I
Yes.
do too, huzzah!
Believe
It
it
seems there is at least one among you that has discernment. I've watched him since he came in the room. The only one that does not seem to be lock, stock, and barrel following Edwin's
Why
boy.
don't you just get on with the point?
I've made my point.
He talks too
My
much.
point is you should leave.
Our point is we're not leaving without that shield. So.
Understand something.
Or you can see the point of my sword.
And when she says,
Obviously, you stand against the Seven if you do not wish to be, what's the word, stolen from by them, are you?
Any which wish to live in freedom will stand against them.
when Irda said we're not leaving without the shield, she'll pop the wings out.
Oh boy.
All right.
Going
Irna,
down for real. folks.
remind all of our viewers what you look like, because we have a lot of new followers and new viewers.
So Irda is Esmar, and when she achieved level 10, she with the her angelic blood that she has coursing through her veins, she gained the ability to actually at will use angelic wings. They appear at her just when she wants them. So frequently she will use them to emphasize things as well as fly around during combat, but her wings are massive. They are white, predominantly like gleaming white, but the top edges of them are golden. And she brings these out, and as she is beginning to look very annoyed at this guy who is, being incredibly insulting, but also just talking way too much. The divine aura that goes around her, kind of coruscates all over her and out to the tips of her wings. So, you see, if nothing else to get the hint, we are not just some simple adventurers, sir. We have been around the block a few times now. We understand these strange things with the Thessalonians. We have dealt with so many various monsters, giants, that I single-handedly fought 2 of them at once. So this trifling idea that we have no capability because you think you are some sort of intelligent, more than able to fight? Trust me, sir, when I say I am so stubborn that I will not die to whatever is coming, and I will make sure the shield is utilized properly, back in the hands where it properly belongs, rather than hiding away in your dusty workshop to benefit you.
Irda,
Huzzah, Irda!
Irda, do not worry. By the death of this man, you are doing the duties of the Seven unknowingly.
That is a good question.
All right. So as she's saying this, you see
I don't want to kill you.
he smirks, and the angrier she gets, the more he smirks.
Oh,
and
that makes me angry.
when she finishes her monologue, he looks over at Edwin's boy.
She's quite cute when she's angry.
All right,
He's trying to provoke
the
you.
tension in
But
the room.
aren't
Hold
we?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The tension in the room is very heavy. Now, I'm going to employ that little technique I did a couple of weeks ago. I want each of you to tell me something that you're noting in the room or something that you see in this room. So this is your chance. I've given you a description. You have some creative license here. We're going to go around the room. I want you to make note of what I've given you several different cues and clues and things that you could pull from. And we're going to start with you, Markov.
Yes. Standing behind that table, I do see several tomes that are on it, and I can't help but peer down to see what he's studying. And among the more mundane tomes on golem work, I do catch out of the corner of my eye several works that I am passingly familiar with about binding the dead of the flesh, or the flesh of the dead, to one's will. And this is troubling indeed to me.
You do see this. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alcott sees a bevy of arcane regents that he is familiar with, and when he first saw them, excited because he knew which spells they could cast. And he is not able to cast or does not know them, and he's very distracted in this place in that there's a lot of fun things in this room.
Okay.
Yurda, her eye twitches slightly when he calls her cute. And she notices the tension of various forms throughout everybody else kind of around her, Alcott reacting to the various things that are said about his father, Markov being uncertain about kind of where the loyalties lie, and just kind of she sees the various movements of the metallic cat, noticing, catching them out of the corner of her eye, and just kind of using all of her senses to be aware of any twitch or movement or anything.
Yeah, and as you're doing this, you do see that metallic cat. It makes no sound when it moves, but there is an artificial sort of a purr that emanates from its chest. The tail slinks articulated. You can see the metal joints to it as it springs up and leaps on the desk next to him, clanks down on top of it. What is Cade seeing?
Well, Kate sees the kitty cat. Then keeps side-eyeing this thing over here, waiting for it to move. Waiting, then spies the table. On the table are bottles. What is in those bottles? Kate really wants to find out what's in the bottles. But he looks over at the kitty cat again. And then he wonders in his mind, if he's against the 7 and we're against the 7, what do we do then?
Alcott puts his hand out to Irda in that moment after he says she's cute. Zayden.
Oh, we got rated again.
We did.
Oh.
Huzzah!
Oh,
Tog DM.
Tog DM, yes. Tog DM.
Hey guys.
A fellow streamer and also somebody who's really good with Tailspire. In fact, we may be doing something jointly here very soon.
Awesome.
Tog DM. If you're joining us from Tog DM, we do use Tailspire here a lot, but we also use physical terrain and minis. That is part of the mix of Blue Box. A lot of theater of mind, a lot of terrain and minis, and also the best virtual tabletop in the universe, Tailspire. So we use all of these different tools and techniques to tell great stories here. Thank you so much for rating us. If you would, give us a follow. And all of our Blue Box folks, you can check out Tog DM. They're a great member of the community. And again, thank you to Lawful Stupid, who rated us earlier. I know many of their people are still with us. All right, resume.
Zayden, how long have you been down here in the shadow?
What is the point of your question?
Why did you run away?
I don't prefer this term, running away. I sought creative freedom. Toth was a tosser. utterly annoying and constantly looking over my shoulder. Also rules, which are quite obsolete. I could not
Oh, there,
have...
we agree there.
I could not have the level of craftsmanship and the creativity that I have here.
I'm gonna peer down again at that tome I mentioned. Creative freedom and craftsmanship, and a disregard for the rules that make us different than those monsters out in the forest.
I'm not quite sure I follow you, but nice hat.
I will not be talked down to. You've abandoned the rules that safeguard civilization against madmen.
Well, it seems to be fair that the rules kind of have put a madman in power. If you look at the Lord
So-
Mayor,
I have a question, Zane.
You find Groberus to be suitable for rulership, and
no,
not me.
very much not. We are actually interested in ending his rule as soon as possible.
I have an idea. Zayden, so you're against the Brother Seven, right?
Is that alcohol I smell on your breath?
Would you like some? I had the best rum.
It dulls the wits.
Oh no, it makes them stronger. How do you think I filled your rock golem?
With spirits? I don't think so.
Believe me, it's true. You are against the Seven, correct?
Which seven do you speak of?
The
The brothers, 7.
The only Seven we despise.
The ones that have been
So we're against the Seven.
inflicting death and destruction on everyone.
The Brothers Seven are a temporal challenge. They are the underbelly of the city. They are an annoyance, and
Then
yes,
perhaps it is Mockmurian you seek.
I don't know this name. It is
Interesting.
the return of the 7 Thessalonian rulers that I am more concerned with.
It seems you vastly underestimate these Brothers 7 because they seem to be working towards something where they are using Sahedran runes. They're Thessalonian runes, by the way, in case you were These Sahedran runes where they are gathering power
We're unaware.
for their whatever they're doing. They're using these runes to gather power. It's all connected. All of it.
I know what you speak of. I think you give them overmuch credit.
This may be a no-duh roll, but Markov wants to make sure, looking around at everything, trying to piece together the implements that he has around. I understand golem makers obviously are knowledgeable of the arcane in order to make their
Sure,
golems. But I
right.
want to determine if he is likely to be a spellcaster himself.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even make you roll for that.
Yeah.
You sensed that even like some of you saw the struggles that Alcott had getting in here.
Okay,
He
great.
definitely is an arcane caster.
We'll consider that Markov making, because he didn't hear.
And we know he came from the Golem Works, which was what the
an
other
arcane school.
wizard.
Great. Just a lot of no-duhs just brought together.
Sure, no
Yeah.
worries.
In that case, I do have another spell I'd like to cast to try and, just make this tension even tenser. Just kind of saying quietly to myself, witches and the profane stood against her, but their hexes slid off her bulwark of faith, and cast
Markov's
this
a rapper.
curse of
Say that one more time.
yeah. Witches and the profane stood against her, but hexes slid off her bulwark of faith, and cast curse of magic negation.
All right.
That's a mighty spell.
On him?
On him. You're lucky this time. It is a will negates roll.
What's the DC on that?
It
Spell level
would be the same. Yeah.
is
16.
Oh, the spell level's 4.
Okay, so then it's 10 plus
18.
4 plus 4, which is 18.
Yeah.
All right, hang on one second here.
Something tells me that he'll probably still be able to rebuff it, but
Casters are pretty good at will saves.
you try.
I mean, you
gotta give
can
it a try.
disadvantage him using one of your advantages.
Oh, I can?
Yes.
Yeah, done.
Negated spell blight. All right, so you're going to disadvantage me. I'm going to use one of the advantages I was so greatly gifted by
Trying to
our
help
mad
cut it out,
chatters
yeah,
in one of our
exactly.
2 hype trains. And
John's looking for his dice of nothing but 18.
all my cozy
I
gamer
took those
dice do
away.
that. All right, so
One day.
this spell includes verbal, somatic, and material components. So what you're doing is obviously spell casting in his presence.
I'm sure.
The moment you do this, it is initiative.
Great, wonderful.
Oh,
I wanted to talk to him more. I barely got the chance to say anything.
I thought there'd be more roleplay there too, but Markov goes casting spells in the middle of this guy's room. That's good.
There was something that I saw that I just could not abide by on that table.
okay, so then your straight roll against the DC of 18.
One dice.
You're right. Well, no, but so we're going to do the initiative. So the moment you start casting, that puts us into initiative. So I'm going to say, since you took the jump, I'm going to give you a +1 on initiative, all right?
Well,
And
and
it's
you lost
Cade rolling
initiative,
it.
so
So
you
it's
get
Cade.
initiative.
So you get a
Kay, you're
+2.
rolling.
And I still have a +2 as
For
well.
all of our new
Which we might
viewers, so
not
if you're
use.
wondering, we run essentially what is a 3.5 or Pathfinder rule system here, but it's customized. So we use some of the original first edition
that one's
rules.
on me.
We use some 5e rules like advantage and
It's worth a
inspiration.
try.
We like those. We use them a little differently, but we have them applied. And then we also use custom crit tables and then other rule tweaks. So for example, initiative is one of my rule tweaks. I really like the old school group initiative that happens each round. So the way we run it here, while it's not the most tactically realistic, I think it is the most effective method for tabletop role-playing combat. It actually makes the initiative roll of great importance and puts a lot of excitement behind it and allows the party to roll against the DM for group-based initiative. So we're going to roll the d6.
And round to
And
round, we
you
can be more
have-
tactical.
You have
That's
a
right,
+2,
exactly.
and then we have another +2 if you need
The
it.
DM has a 5. Well, but you got to call it in advance.
What?
Well,
You said
get a
that
Oh,
was
no,
your
yeah, I
each.
did. Yeah, that's right. I did. You're right. You're right.
+2 to your roll.
Yes!
All right. You have initiative.
Yes!
Markov, your spell fires. What is the DC?
It would be 18. in this
18.
case.
And you've disadvantaged me, and I've advantaged, so it's a flat roll.
Come on, roll low. Roll low.
Yeah, he rebuffs it.
Ah!
You feel the
It's not easy to
tendrils,
do.
the tendrils of your magic try to crawl across,
Alright.
pull, like leech his magical ability, blight him, and it's like a rubber band snapping back. He cracks it, and you feel the sort of the
Raging
snap
Song.
back on you. All right, now we're going to go to Irda.
Okay, so Raging Song as my swift action. And then, so anybody who wants that, you know what it is. And then, alright, so, you know, I
Will
really,
saves might be smart
really
to
did
take.
not
Gives you
want
+4 to will saves
to
if you
fight
wanna
you,
take the Raging Song, which is not-
but if you're going to
That's a
be
good
that
point.
way, so she is going
That's
to,
negative AC.
-1.
that's a will save.
I'm feeling a little rage.
1 second.
Feeling a little bit.
So +4 strength, +4 con, +4 will save, -1 AC. That's
Okay, that's good.
Everybody type
Okay.
exclamation point terrain in the chat for the giveaway.
So your HP goes
She
up by 2.
looks at him and says, you know, I really didn't want to fight you, but if it has to be that way. And she'll cast a Cord of Shards through her flute, which is a DC 15 reflex save on the damage. Cone shape burst 15 feet.
All right, so you burst a cone shape of
And
shards.
she wants to try to catch both the suit of armor and him in the Cord of Shards. So 15-foot range and then a cone-shaped burst from there.
All right. Well, so what I'm going to say, so you'll need to step forward, but
Yep,
you could do
that's
that
fine.
because Alcott would be in your way.
Yeah, I
and
don't wanna-
so it's a fit. It's a
A
cone though.
15-foot range, and then it just says cone-shaped burst is the area. It doesn't say how big of a
Yeah.
cone.
So hang on here.
At the end of the
Is
cone, it
this
would
a
be 3
real
squares
lantern?
wide.
There are torches in the wall. Yes. This
Are they
ta-
within
Real
3
fire?
squares of each other?
No, they're not real fire.
Oh,
You
why?
see because you're inside a closed laboratory.
I want
That's-
real
If
fire!
there was real fire in here, the whole thing would blow up.
Yeah. So
If they're within
this
3
is where
squares of each
Tails
other,
fire.
there should be range.
Yeah.
Because it's a 15-foot cone, which is...
No, the range is 15
The
foot.
range is
cone,
15
it just
feet.
says cone-shaped
Yeah,
burst.
I'm gonna say no. That is not. You'd have to be further. So you're 5, 10. You're about 12 feet. That cone would not be wide enough to get both of them.
Even if I moved a
Well,
little bit more.
I think that's that. Well,
I'm
I think that's.
committing myself?
I think if you were like here, you could catch both of them in there. But the width here is too much. You could be. If you were standing where Alcott is, that's the problem. Where he's at, he's kind of like right in the perfect spot.
Right.
You're this way too far, and you're close enough that arc won't be wide enough on the cone.
All right. Well, then in that case,
Let's do this.
she's going to direct it at the suit of armor then,
At the suit of armor. All right.
because she's still hoping this guy can be reasonable. Maybe.
Okay.
But it's a reflex save DC 15
All right.
for.
Yeah, so this thing, as it comes to life, it moves, but it's not that fast. The metal slams into it. Roll your damage, please.
2d6.
We'll have a lot more bargaining
points of
power
damage.
when it's all gone.
All right. As they
hoping we'd get
clatter
more
off
when
of
he
it,
can't
it's
cast
difficult to
magic.
tell
It's decent.
how much damage was actually done, if any, to this metal construct.
It's a good try.
All right. And as you
Kinda
say
looks-
these words, you hear him say, in response to what you said, "The fight was one you chose. I did not choose the fight." All right. What are you doing? No, you've already done it.
I
No,
haven't
you
done it
you
yet.
He
haven't.
hasn't
Go
gone
ahead.
yet.
God, there's like a couple of options, and I'm trying to. Okay, Alcott is going to try. He takes a half sphere of gum arabic and a half sphere of crystal, and he turns his hands in a clockwise motion, bringing them together as he says, "Defendo Globus," targeting Mr. Zayden. I need him to make a reflex save. The DC is 19.
And what's the spell?
This is Resilient Sphere.
Okay. All right. And the DC is what you said?
19.
19.
Reflex.
Reflex. Okay.
And I will use an advantage
All
to
right, and I'll
disadvantage you.
burn one of mine as well. I have one remaining.
Good to know.
Yeah, some of these dice have really small numbers.
You see the sphere form around him.
Great. So for the next 7 minutes, he will be stuck in that sphere.
Okay.
No magic can exit it. He can't do anything.
Okay.
Still better than mine.
The suit of armor
Reflex.
closes on Irda, as
Alright.
she was the one that threw the column out.
Well,
and you
Cade
see-
hasn't done anything yet.
Oh yeah, Kate, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, what should I do?
You have so many choices.
You could grab the shield.
Tell that to me.
Grab the shield, Cade!
I run over and I grab the shield. I have stealthy finesse and I can
Oh, I forgot to show the fan art. I'll show the fan art here in a minute as well. All right, so you're gonna run. So you got, it's a very crowded area here. The only option you have is to try to leap up on this table.
Oh, I leap up on the table.
Yeah, rather than a
Jump
threat,
off.
that was like an invitation to Cade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like-
Yes, I do that. That sounds cooler than the other option.
it's like, all right,
Jump up on the
Go
I
ahead.
do it with panache.
Make your
and
acrobat-
flair.
make your acrobatics
finesse.
check for me, please.
You can do this. You got this.
You see Cade run. He leaps up on this
What's your
table full
acrobatics
of
modifier?
neatly appointed
Skill.
I
Acrobatics.
alchemical regents and spell
well 10.
components.
I got 12.
It's dex.
no.
It's your dex plus
What was your
whatever
roll?
your skill in
2.
acrobatics is.
Oh, your roll is a 2.
Your acrobatics is only plus 10.
15.
It's a 15.
My acrobatics is at plus 10,
Yeah,
then my dexterity is
right.
plus 3.
Right,
Yeah,
it's-
so-
yes, it's 15. So you leap up on the table. It would have been fine, but just not counting on all those little vials and rolls of glass and metal. Whoa! You absolutely destroy the table. Glass goes flying, shards go everywhere. You do manage, though, to keep your balance
Yes.
as you clatter
It's just
down.
not as flary as I'd like.
Not at all.
Slide down.
And Alcott, there's still a little piece of you that dies inside. You see all of this destruction of this beautifully organized.
Aged witch's blood.
Sorry, Uncut.
All right.
All right.
Do I grab it?
That's just movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna say movie. Yeah, you can reach down and grab the shield.
I grab it.
All right, you reach down.
And I try to run away as fast as I can.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna grab the shield. As you reach down to grab the shield,
Yes.
you pick it up. It's quite heavy.
But I'm strong.
Well, and the raging song. If you took that, then you have extra
Oh, I
strength
did.
from that too.
And you hear immediately a voice in your head. What are you doing?
Taking the shield.
This is the shield speaking to you.
Whoa!
I'm taking you! I speak back to it!
Does he have to say that out loud?
Yeah. I mean, he would have. This is Cade.
I mean,
Yes,
can he
okay.
psychically say it, or does
Well, he
Cade
doesn't-
scream it out
It's
loud?
Cade.
I mean, it's Cade.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You're asking a question Cade would never have asked, all right?
No, Alcott just notes that.
All right. Yeah, you just noticed the Cade starts screaming to the shield
Okay, so
as you're talking. Yeah.
the suit of
All
armor
right.
is attacking me now.
All right, so the blade, it's got a long falchion. 3 attacks.
26 is my AC currently.
26, right. The first one is a hit. Slashes across your arm, right in the joint there. The second one, that's a nat 20.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to roll to confirm. I won't use my advantage to confirm.
Thank you, sir.
That is a crit.
Oh!
And then on the third attack,
Crappity crap crap crap!
that is a miss. All right, the first blow slices, catches that joint in your arm. You feel it's a remarkably sharp blade.
Yeah.
You take 18
Depends
points
on the
of
crit.
18 points of damage as blood splatters against the ceiling.
Better than being slammed against the wall by a stone golem. Just saying.
And on
I like
the
this weather.
percentile dice-
He always makes faces.
I
He
don't
always
like, I
makes
don't like
faces.
faces.
He always makes them. So at this point, I don't trust a single thing his face does.
Okay, though, because I have this stuff.
All
do.
right.
So no matter what, I still have this.
Which is interesting. It can do a lot more than
At
just that.
66, don't forget, I still have a major fate chip.
All
If
right,
everything
so
goes sideways.
It's true.
the blade comes up, it slices right across Irda's face, catches her right here in the
Oh,
temple, and
no,
scratches
her beauty.
across the eyes.
It's okay. I
Heal
have-
yourself!
I have an idea.
Hold on.
Depends on how much damage I take. And there is a full health
Justice
of
is
bronze
blind.
damage.
Your left eye is destroyed.
Oh, no!
Destroyed.
Destroyed! Wow!
Now I know how Shorewind felt.
It'll be a good look.
Yeah.
No.
You can join a pirate.
You could use a more haggard look, I think.
I got a patch for that!
As it passes through, it catches first in the left eye, slashes through jelly, slices and spurts out. It comes
like
across
the
the
jelly.
bridge of your nose. The top, it catches the eyelid. It does not destroy the eye, but the eyelid is severed. Actually falls off the eye, leaving a bare eye in the
Really? You had to
socket.
do that to Irda?
It's the crit. I'm not doing
Thanks,
it.
Tim!
So, whoops, what's I here? So, where'd it go? There we go. So then you have. No, that's not the right one. Where is it? I lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay. The eyes. Okay, bridge of the nose. Yeah, right. Got that. Got that. All right. So you're going to. Doctor's turn. 16. All right. So I need you to make a fortitude save, DC 22.
Ooh,
It's okay.
you're good at that, right?
Yeah. Fortitude is actually one of my
Very good.
strong suits. Yeah, I made it.
Okay. All right. So you do not pass out from the pain and the damage. You manage to remain upright. If either eye is destroyed, you're going to become helpless. And
Had to have been very high.
all right.
Could have been a much worse.
All right. And you are stunned for 2 rounds by this as well. The blade just slices.
That means the inspired rage ends, by the way.
Ooh, great.
Slashes through her face, blood splatters against the wall, the jelly of that left eye dribbling down her face, eyelid severed, drops to the ground, and now we go to
Initiative.
Zayden.
Oh.
You're in the bubble.
Zayden holds up his hand,
Uh-oh.
and you recognize the familiar motions of Dispel Magic.
Can I use my Dispel Magic to counter his Dispel Magic?
So you're trying to do counterspell?
Well, so this is a good question because magic
we've talked
cannot-
about this before.
But here is the point: magic cannot go through the bubble.
Right.
So I don't
you
think I would be able to affect
No, you
his
wouldn't be able
dispel.
to get through anyway, even if I allowed that rule. But
Wasted
it's,
a turn.
It's a good question. It wasn't a waste. Just
Well,
you know,
but,
yeah.
he lost a turn.
Yeah, that's right. And if he, so just imagine reverse it. If he hit you with a sphere of resilience, what would you do?
Yes.
Yeah, you would dispel
But
it.
he does have to make a check. He doesn't
Fumble,
instantly
fumble,
succeed.
fumble. One.
Hang on.
The DC is
That's right.
22,
22.
which he rolls a
DC.
d20 and adds his caster.
So wait a minute here.
That's
so
pretty good.
That's right. Yeah, because that's against your caster level. That's right. Exactly. Hang on here. Let me just double check
That's
and make
pretty
sure.
good.
That is pretty good. 60. Yep. Well, this would be the debatable point as well. You centered the spell on him, correct?
Yeah.
So you automatically succeed against any dispel magic you put on yourself. But it's if you
sphere
cast
isn't
it
affecting
yourself,
him, it's an effect
that's
that's
right.
around
Yeah, so I
him.
think it'd still be fair that he has to make that roll. All right, and he's going to use his. I'm going to use my last advantage.
Do you automatically succeed on harmful effects that are applied to you if you target yourself?
Do you automatic?
I think you can only dispel your own spells.
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
enemy
saying. Yeah,
spells.
you look. It's dispel
So-
any spell on you that you cast.
You want to cancel out his advantage?
Any spell you cast yourself. Is what it's saying.
Nah.
All right. So
Double
he's gonna
one,
roll, and
double
it's a
one,
20
double one, double one, double one.
DC 22, adding his caster level. It's fine.
The sphere disappears, and now we go to initiative.
Oh no.
That is Cade again.
Oh,
+1, and then we still have the +2.
And I got cocked on the side there.
Yes.
4, 5.
Wait, what was the +1 for?
He always
He's
gets
a
plus one.
swashbuckler.
Do you have a 5? I have a 5.
Ah, nuts.
I have a 3.
A 4.
Fantastic.
Okay. You have initiative. Let's start with you. Well, you're stunned, bleeding. You see all this, Cade. You got the shield in your hand.
I run it back to Alcott.
Yeah. Great.
Well, how are you going to do that? Look at the table here. So you've got
Oh.
quite a traffic jam
Run
there.
through.
I'm sorry, that was the wrong. I should.
Oh, I ain't running through.
That's
I
an awful
Go back over
anachronism.
the table?
Rewind the tape. There
back over the table.
there is a pile of bodies and metal and flesh and armor between you and Alcott.
Well, I go back over the table.
So you got 2 tables. You got the one.
Not up there.
All right, so
The
you're
one he came
so you're gonna
across.
come back this way.
Yes.
You're gonna leap over this. All right, go ahead and make that roll again. It's
Come
now a little bit
on.
easier. It's
I mean,
clear.
you rolled
It's
you rolled
cleared.
a 2
I don't
last
have
time.
any
Not completely clear,
advantages.
but it's a lot more cleared.
As long as you don't roll a
Just
1.
bits of broken glass everywhere that he might
succeed.
step on, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you rolled a 2 last time.
It's a 17 this time.
All right.
Still
Well, again, not the most graceful
It's just not as
movement,
beautiful, but I made it.
and you land on the other side. Yes, you're able to make it all the way around behind Alcott.
Oh, gosh.
You see the blood dripping from Irda as you run past her.
Okay, well, I have no time to look at her. I run the thing.
telling
Oh,
you,
okay.
I mean, you were
You can't
running
heal her anyway. I'm just telling you what you see.
I mean, you were coming towards me across the table, so you saw my face
The
all the
moment
way.
I
Yes.
see Cade making his way over successfully with the shield in his hands, I will shout to Markov, Markov, now!
Oh, I know what was going to happen next. Yeah, so what I will do, if I'm chosen next,
Yeah.
what is left of the stuff on the table? Is there still that book and some of the other tomes that are on it?
Yeah, not everything was knocked off of it.
Great. I'm going to try and grab as many of those as I can, and put the crossbow kind of on my side. Come around, and I also see the bookcase here.
I'm tempted.
No, not to steal, to light a torch and throw it as we transport out of
Oh, I
here.
like lighted torches.
Because I do not want him to be left with any of the knowledge that he has. That is what I'm motivated to. That's what I would like to try and do in conjunction with his spell that he's about to do.
Okay.
So you tell me how we can.
So you're wanting to light a torch as you're. I'm going to say all that would be more than right. You want to scoop up the books.
Mm-hmm.
So you scoop the books, you put them in your satchel, you run around the side. Then you have to break out your flint and go out and steal.
That's
You
a good
can't
point.
do all that in one.
No,
go.
that's a good point.
Only kind I make.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I got the books.
Yes.
I kind of what?
He said
You
that's
said
the
good
only
point.
kind
I
I
said
make
that's the
when
only
you
kind
said
I
good
make.
point.
Oh yeah. That was absolutely
Straight over your
subconscious. Yeah.
Oh, the British guy joined the matchup.
Hey.
I can only
What's up,
presume
British
this
guy?
is from our friends Lawful Stupid. By the way,
Ahoy, matey!
type exclamation point. By the way, there is nothing stupid about Lawful Stupid RPG. Their RPG is fun. It's really clever. They're funny guys. They have and gals. They have great setups and terrain. Their cool stuff on Twitch. What's the word? Their templates looks amazing. So type exclamation point terrain in the chat to be entered in our giveaway. All right. So what are you doing?
Yeah, I got the book on flesh binding. That's gonna have to be a small win for now, and whatever else was on that table, and I'm just gonna
Take the wins you can
go
get.
go by Alcott, ready for whatever he's about to do.
So
Okay.
Alcott, remembering the fight with Ixon, knowing that he should cast this without a verbal component so that it just instantly occurs, has that thought go through his head, and then he sees the half-stone ring sitting on the ground, that the last thing his father ever gave him.
Right.
And he just simply mutters under his breath, Tempus Brevis, and he takes a pause, and time stops around Alcott.
All right. So time pause.
Time stutter.
Stutter. That's it.
I get
Thank
one
you.
round of what's that called? Relative time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's just going to walk over, pick that up, and anything of note on the desk as well, because I threw it on the desk.
Well, the cat is on the desk, and you notice the cat is down on its haunches like it's about to spring. And in this moment of silence, you see there are several implements that you're unfamiliar with. Look, as I said before, some look like they're like saws, some look like they're designed to chisel, some look like they can pliers that can bend steel. You do also see there's a wand sitting on the table in
I
front
will
of him.
pick up the wand and the half moon of stone, and then pocket them and go back to my friends, and simply touch Irda on the shoulder, and then touch Markov and Cade, and we just disappear. I hope.
As you do this,
Let's
Let's go.
you move over, and there
It's gonna be the
is
second session that you make us stop after a silent teleport.
you prepare your spell. You see everything in sort of still motion as your time stutter begins to fade. You see that metallic cat is beginning to leap off its haunches straight. You see the metallic golem pulling its falchion back and preparing to hack right at Irda's head again. You see the blood dropping in slow motion away from her face. You see Markov running from behind, stuffing books into his satchel. And you see Cade, wild-eyed, holding a shield.
I take a moment to laugh at these people who I've rung myself in with and touch them.
All right. So, again, as you begin your spell, you feel that sense of resistance. And in fact, it's stronger inside the room than it was outside the room. I'm going to need you to make a will check. Okay?
If only your song was back up.
And so I'm going to let you just make your roll, and I'm going to tell you what happens.
This is why I saved advantages. You see, because
As the doorway forms, you see tendrils of darkness that seem to be clawing and trying to pull it back closed.
This is
You said-
teleport and not dimension.
yeah.
This is
So
teleport,
instead
right?
of a door appearing in front of us, actually,
Oh, you dimensional? You're teleporting.
teleporting.
Okay.
A quick circle of runes begins to appear from around us, and I imagine that little inky blackness appears around the edges of it and grips at the runes, as you were saying.
Okay. And your roll?
I rolled a 29.
A 29 total. All right. As time resumes, you see that cat spring. You see that falchion coming straight for your face. As the sphere of resilience has disappeared, you hear a casting, and you see Zayden begin to move his fingers with the somatics of his spell. And you see concentration now that you saw already. There was dried blood coming from his ears. Now it comes from the other ear. You see blood coming out of Alcott's
I was
nostrils.
going to say, imagine it's the same for me.
And we'll tell you what happens next week.
No!
All right, that concludes our stream today. Thank you so much for being part of it here at Blue Box. Thank you for all of the mad chattery. Thank you for all the gift subs and for all the new followers we had. Thank you for the
Yes,
2
everybody-
raids that
oh my
we
gosh.
enjoyed today from
Huzzah,
Todd Dia
huzzah.
and our friends over at Lawful Stupid. We appreciate all of it with you. And then we got a couple announcements to get through. We're going to talk about our game on Tuesday night, which is going to be epic, and then our giveaway. But we also have something here that we do at Blue Box called Stream MVP. So your stream most valuable player receives
Huzzah!
2,000 experience points. And guess who gets to decide who's Stream MVP? It's not me. It's you.
It's the landlubbers.
The players, the mad chatters, you get to choose your stream MVP. So here's how this works. If you see your name pop up in the giveaway, and if you haven't yet, type !terrain. Thank you, Dave. !terrain. Thank you very much, Diamond Anvil. Thank you, Mike. All of you for all the compliments. We appreciate that. Thank you. !terrain.
Lee said we had another raid.
And we had
had
3.
2.
We had 2. I got 2.
Lee said we had a third raid.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Well, if you raided us and we missed you, we're sorry.
Thank you to all of our friends.
do you know how I can
So this livery stable, congratulations, cloned robot. So we have
stupid.
a diamond anvil and a cloned robot and a British guy. Awesome.
And a
All right,
British
so this livery stable from Terrain Crate, great scatter terrain for your table. We will ship this anywhere in the world. Don't sit over in New Zealand. Don't sit in Iceland or in London and think, oh, I can't win. They won't send that to me.
South Africa?
We will. Blue Box will.
Greyhawk
We'll get
Tales
Time-
rated us 2
Greyhawk
hours
Tales.
ago.
Okay, Greyhawk Tales.
thank
Well, I'm so
you.
sorry I missed Greyhawk Tales.
We must have been in a pensive
I
situation.
gotta make sure I say, yeah, it must have been. So we're gonna make sure we give them a thank you, and thanks everybody for
absolutely.
supporting us. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna roll 4 times in the Nightbot. So there will be 4 names that will appear as the winner, but that's not the winner yet. What's gonna happen is these players are gonna go old school. They're gonna roll a D20
We roll for you.
to determine who the actual winner is from among those 4.
And
Yes.
so-
And if you're a sub, you get 2 die.
That's right. So if you're a follower, you just get
one
the 1
D20.
die. If you're a sub, you'll get 2 D20. So it's like they're rolling advantage for you. And so we'll give everybody a moment
Sub
to type that
away,
in the
sub
chat.
away.
So !terrain. Here, I'll pop it in the chat again, just so you can
We've
see it.
got a local gunslinger in the chat.
Oh, local gunslinger.
Appalachian gunslinger.
Appalachian, yes.
Oh,
I
you're
love
from
that.
you're from these parts,
At
sir.
least
That's
from the
what you
full
wanna type?
East Coast.
Yeah.
I was
Somewhere.
gonna say the
Somewhere
Appalachian
between Maine and Georgia.
in that
you know,
vicinity.
very large.
In this general direction.
Although most people
Oh,
when they say
thank you,
Appalachian,
Marie
they mean
Cute.
this area.
I don't know if you pronounce that cute or cute, but I'll call it cute because I think that's cute. Marie Cute, welcome to the Mad Chatters. You, along with all of our new friends, are now part of the most elite D&D
Georgia,
chat
the space
in
station.
all of Twitch D&D. I'm not saying we have the best DM, or the best stream. We got lots of good, but we have the best viewers, the best chatters without question. And you are now part of that group, so thank you for joining us. All right, the first of our potential winners tonight is, and I'm going to roll for it here, drum roll please, Mr. Grantler.
That seems like some nepotism.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Give it away.
I'm gonna exclude you from
Yeah.
that. Right, so that's Chip. right
He
here.
wants a livery stable for his liver.
He could do a great job painting it, I know, but
Yeah.
that's all right. So we're not going to count that one. Oh, Toriano, Biggie Paw. All right.
Hey.
So you're going to be rolling for Toriano. That's
Oh,
Biggie Paw.
all right,
Congratulations.
Biggie Papa. I like it when they
Wait.
call me Biggie Papa.
All
We're
right,
not
now,
rolling yet.
yeah,
I
we're not
know,
rolling yet.
I know.
All right, and now tell us why you should be Stream MVP.
Oh, why? Well, I should be Stream MVP because I'm Cade. That's why. Well, because of my first heroic deed, I took a swig of rum. I saw that rock golem as he turned his back because he was enchanted by a spider. And I went. First, I stabbed him in the back, and that did nothing. And then I took my cape and I swiped his feet, and he took a hard tumble down. So that was the rum cape deed I did. Then, what else did I do? I know I did something else.
You took claim for the killing of the stone golem.
Yes, well, I did help kill it. He would not have died if I did not do that, right?
That is true.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Thank
true.
you. Then we go into the room, and it wasn't as graceful as I would have liked, but I jumped on the table because I spied the shield that I knew we needed. I jumped, and I went across the table, grabbed the shield, and then I jumped back. And that's about it.
Old School just said a joke that is so good on so many levels. He said, me liver isn't stable. Me liver isn't stable. For the livery, which we're giving away to license tables, and your liver is
Now that is, see, that's the
kidneys,
kind
isn't
of
it?
punnery you get here with the Mad Chatters. All right, Markov.
Dad jokes.
And by the way, you won't see the stream
D and dad
MVP.
jokes.
Do your dad jokes.
You won't see the stream MVP vote open up until all 4 players have said why they should be stream MVP. So hang tight for that. Markov, why should you be stream MVP?
Yes, we've heard many gallant stories from Cade. I just wanted to share that
All true.
all true. I was able to get the last hit on the golem, proving my worth as a monster slayer. We'll see how that trend continues from
Kill the
dragon to golem to whatever else.
Is it a downward
decline.
slope?
Yeah. And you got to see some of Markov's still wavering loyalties when we entered the room as to who he trusts.
I really was hoping that would turn a little harder, but
Of course you
There
would.
was, yeah,
One good shot on Alcott and he's down.
there were some reasons that it didn't turn as hard as it could have. Is all
Yeah.
I'll say. I felt like it was a tense situation that I think the way that it was handled overall was good. So yeah, there are some motivations going on here that are making Markov act the way he does, and I'm happy to do that.
all right. And so yes, his hat, someone indicated, is worthy of votes.
He makes a good point.
And
Run
did
for
trust
vote.
It
Alcott.
was a genius pun. All right, you got Appalachian Gunslinger.
Hey!
Oh,
brand.
how about that?
Came in at
actually
the-
from last November 7th became a follower and is also a sub. So 2 dice for the Appalachian
And he lives in
Gunslinger.
North Georgia.
Lives in North Georgia.
He can come to Blue Box.
Yeah,
Con
and
if
there's
he
all
wants.
kinds of love for that. By the way, we will cosplay here once a month on this stream. We've agreed. So we did it once before.
I can't do the level of cosplay that is required now that Irda's face is severely mangled.
I feel like that's an excuse. I feel like you
I have a patch for that.
An eye patch would be the trick.
get your really
Eyelid that is gone.
There is that. Yes.
that skin that'll heal back, right?
Just a flesh wound.
Eyelids don't just grow back.
I would have to get someone to regenerate it.
That's right.
Which
yes.
might as well you get the eye back then too. Anyways.
All right, go ahead, Alcott. Why should you be stream MVP?
Oh yeah, Appalachian Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Alcott should be stream MVP for planning out and being rather careful when coming to the door, figuring out what was going on there, making sure that the golem was, good and dead, and then actually, through force of will, getting us into a room that we should not have been able to teleport into, which protected us from a really big bad guy.
Well, look, I gotta tell you, like that's so true because this
Golems are nothing to mess with.
this
Tell us what it would have looked like.
To murder
this
Jelly.
Thank you, Grunk. And good to see
Jelly.
another first-time chatter, Ghost 780. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love it when people join and chat. We love to see. So this guy, this Iron Golem, very similar to the Stone Golem in terms of complete resistance to magic. Anything which is subject to magic resistance or spell resistance rather, this creature is immune to.
Except for lightning matter.
Well, that's a modified.
Yeah,
So
which
it
only
has a
does
couple
very specific
and there's
spell
actually another modification spell, but he did not discern that from his casting. But all basic spells don't operate. In addition to being a lot stronger, a lot more hit points than the Stone Golem, the resistance is much more significant. Whereas the Stone Golem had an Adamantium 10 damage resistance, the Iron Golem has an Adamantium 15 damage, meaning any single attack which
Has to
does
deal
15 or less
15
does
yeah.
nothing. You do 22 points of damage, you've done 7.
So you can hit a bunch. If they're light
Yeah.
hits, they do.
And the armor class, so it is a potential TPK.
Yeah, I don't think Cade could have even damaged him.
Without a crit, no.
No.
It would have taken, the X3 and the, crit table stuff for him to do it. So, all right. Well done, Alcott. Anything else?
For discussing with Zayden, calming the room down, keeping Irda from going a bit too berserk, and I know, but Irda has a bit of a temper.
Yes,
and
but
this
she
guy
wasn't
was
gonna
being
hurt him.
this
She
guy was
just
being
wanted
a
to
jerk.
threaten him a little.
I know, but and attempting to get as much information out of him as possible before things turn south, as well as talking about some family stuff. You learned a little bit about, Alcott doesn't like what his father did. He's learning a lot about his family, but he still loves him very much.
Sure.
And does not like what he's talking about his father with. And that moment, right before they're about to leave, Time Stutter, his once per day ability to just go ahead and take that memory of his father back and put it back in his pack.
No, that was well done. And also, for our viewers, if you're newer, this is what happened to Alcott's father. Alcott's father falling awry with the brothers Seven over gambling debts. Now over 150,000 pieces of gold owed to the brothers Seven that he could not pay, did not meet his timeline. He had his arms and legs severed at the joints. He was flayed and hung in the public square of Magnamar. This is how Alcott remembers his father. Very, very sad tale there for our friend Alcott. No, we're going to do that. So you will be rolling for...
Ba-ba-ba.
Dun, da, 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 da. Roger! Keith is in the mix. All right, so Keith, very active viewer. Now, Keith, you got to let us know you're in the chat. Roger, you still with us? And while we're doing that, I almost forgot the fan art. Oh my goodness!
Run for votes.
So
Stealthy finesse.
check this out. Love this from Pat Draws. This was the stealthy finesse.
Stealthy finesse. Stealthy finesse.
I've got stealthy finesse. He's saying under his breath, not quiet at all.
I love the giant hand reaching out with this case. Pat, I
Going
want to
for the
say
ponytail.
a quick thank you. I'll forget. I know I'll forget someone, and I don't mean to. I need to make a list of everybody. But all the contributors, you're not sponsors, but you just are always with us. Whether it's Mystical Unicorn,
Bring us joy.
Amanda, I've got these little knit guys all over. Call are actually above.
Call and Carla.
Yeah, Call and Carla, they're in the bed stand in my room. We've got all the artwork from Pat Draws. Mark Views has done great artwork. Lee, he has done all kinds of very cool stuff in our chat with fan literature and writing.
So good. Did a crit for me that was just gorgeous.
That's right, great crit set with Chris. These beautiful glass mugs that were sent. Iculus, Josh, he sent so many things and been a huge donor to the show. I can't forget. Almost forgot Pat Draws, Glitter Bomb John, one of the most epic gifts ever. I know I'm leaving out. Oh, Katie Ancient Gamer, Patrick, all the stuff he constantly sends us with the Lightning Source reprints. The generosity of this community frickin' blows my mind. You guys are absolutely incredible. And if I left you off, it wasn't on purpose. I just can't remember everyone right now. But thank you.
They sponsor our joy.
Yeah, exactly. They're the sponsors of joy on this channel. We appreciate it so much. All right. So, why should Irda be Stream MVP?
Well, let's see. She kept the tiny hut available so that everyone had time to prepare the next path and have time to make the next plan of attack. She cast the spider as a distraction, which made it possible for them to even try to attempt to flank attack him, not knowing that, the nature of who he is, but still being able to create that distraction and aid her allies in making their resumption of combat with the stone golem. And then healing Cade after he had taken quite a bit of damage from the stone golem. And taking particular offense to the hypocritical nature of this wizard, and calling someone else out for stealing when he blatantly stole himself. She is very unhappy with his not following the law of the town, but she did agree with him on Garabras's abuses of power and made that known. But just trying to get him to understand that he vastly underestimates the Wayward Bolt, or not the Wayward Bolt. What day is it? The Heroes of Sandpoint. He vastly underestimates them because they are much more than they seem, and just kind of, continuously, trying to bolster her allies and make sure that they are safe from harm.
Well done, well done. And Irda, you will be rolling for Kung Fu Grasshopper! Outstanding, welcome. Kung Fu Grasshopper has been a
Are you
follower
here?
for about 3 months now. No, 2 months. And always in the chat.
yep,
always,
he's in.
And
yeah.
he's a sub.
Yeah, he's always in the chat, and he is a sub. All right, so the poll is up now. You can vote for your stream MVP.
Run for votes.
now.
And we're going to go ahead and do the roll-off.
And you get a little bit of stealthy finesse when you vote for me.
All right, so tell us who you're rolling for.
Oh, I love it when you call me Big Papa. All right, here we go. I'm rolling for Biggie Pa.
And Toriano has it.
Oh, 14.
A 14.
That's all right. It's all right. I wanted better for you.
75% of the dice you just passed. That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
All right,
I
let's go
wanted
to you.
better.
Yes, for our Appalachian Gunslinger. Bummer. Maybe not this time around with an 8.
Okay.
there we
No,
go.
we'll do it. All right.
All right.
Roger.
With a 14.
A 14.
Oh my
You're
goodness, it's
tie
getting
here.
tense in here,
You're
folks.
gonna
It's
tie
getting
here.
tense.
All right.
And by the way,
Roll low, roll low.
if Maya Morph, if Tom is still on, congrats on the mug win earlier, Tom. All right, go ahead.
All right. I have not rolled any d20s in combat today, so I shall bring you what good I can bring you now, Kung Fu Grasshopper.
Probably gonna happen.
An 18.
Oh,
An 18.
Kung Fu wins it.
And
Kung
that is the
Fu.
winner, Kung Fu
Kung
Grasshopper.
Fu.
All right, now, so what that means is, I don't remember if you have already DM'd me in Discord or not, but you have to go into our Discord. I've got our
Putting it in.
Discord up on the screen right now. And the reason I have it up is twofold.
Join our Discord.
You need to join our Discord. It's so much fun. We have constant
for
D&D
votes.
chat.
Run for votes.
We have memes. We have fan art. We have text-based role play. We have mini painting and terrain crafting and crazy OOC chat. We have the daily D20 Fate roll, which has been way more popular than I would have thought. Which you go in there and you roll. If you get a 20 or a 1, you get a chance to roll a crit or a fumble that is then narrated by one of the other members of the community. All kinds of fun stuff. And Friday Night Crusades, which happens every Friday night.
Which is
That's
super
all
cool.
in our Discord. But the other thing I wanted to show here is that Lee's fan art was Captain Cardinal's Stealthy Finesse. It's a transmutation
Huzzah.
spell, level 2 bard, sorcerer, or wizard. It has somatic and material components. The material component is a shot of rum, 1 action.
Hurrah!
Target on 1 creature, 1 minute per level. Save Fortitude negates, harmless. But if the saving throw is not made, the target gains +1 to AC and can move at full speed while maintaining stealth. Invented by Alcott Devereaux
Yeah, I do
for
wanna say, I
Captain
actually
Cade
made
Cardinal, and tends to make the target small.
It says Lee up there, but I
small
made it.
Oh, you made this. Okay.
No, that's
No.
a joke.
Oh, okay. All right. Tends to make the target smell vaguely of rum. Bravo.
Huzzah!
Bravo.
Who doesn't want to smell like rum, I tell ya?
Yes, I did roll a 1 today in the daily D20 roll, and I know
rolled a
Pat
3.
Draws has something really nefarious in store for me. All right, so the stream MVP is almost done. It's Cade in the lead currently.
Huzzah!
And Cade is the winner!
Ah!
Captain
Run for
Cade
all!
Cardinal. All right, stay with us. We got one other thing we want to talk about, and I'm going to set up our raid. So if you weren't with us earlier, we have been playing, this is one of 3 different campaigns that I run. Only 2 of them are streamed. The other streamed campaign is on Tuesday nights, and it's called Greyhawk Awakening. Greyhawk Awakening is now in episode 56, so it's a long-running campaign, as this one is. And it actually is concluding Book 1. There are 3 parts to this story. There are 3 different sets of player characters, all the same players, but different player characters. So this first 55 session, let's call it close to 200 hours of gaming, will be coming to its conclusion this Tuesday night. Don't miss the stunning conclusion of Greyhawk Awakening. Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central Time will kick off. We're going to have some big giveaways that night. I'll be making some announcements in the Discord and on Instagram for the next 3 days. You are not going to want to miss that night. And now we're going to get set to raid. And as we're getting set to raid, any final comments from the players? You guys always have some interesting observations and thoughts. Any of the players?
I want to say this. If that fight didn't go south there, if we didn't initiate combat, the conversation between Alcott and Zayden could have been very, very interesting.
You know, that is true. I think
And-
I didn't want to fight him.
A gun
No, I
jumping
mean on like
may
a
have
moral standpoint,
Yeah.
and there could have been some fun stuff going on that I was contemplating while you guys were talking with him.
If this was the gun, Markov may have jumped it. I'm willing to accept that.
He succeeded on his athletics check, jumped over the gun,
Yes.
but landed.
But landed, yes.
We got the shield.
You know, when you start trying to animate dead flesh, it just really makes Markov make dumb decisions, I guess.
It's his weakness, huh?
Yeah.
Don't animate the dead.
Yeah.
Please.
For
Can't
one
do it.
thing.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all of our new followers. We're going to raid Kayla here, but before we do, as we conclude today, for one last time, we're going to ask you this question. If you're watching today and you haven't followed, or if you're a follower and you haven't subbed, if you're a sub and your sub has expired, our only question for you is, what are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub. We are raiding Time Lord's wife. Thank you very much, Mike Disney. And we are raiding, it looks like, with 53 viewers. Here we go. Say hi to Kayla, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you Tuesday night, 5 o'clock.
Love it.